Everybody, what's happening going on out there? Good Lord, StreamYard was acting a monkey this morning, but that's okay. We're here. We're back. We can get to work. So let's get the show started. We're already behind. Lady Mandalore, what's going on?
Listen, y'all, I understand that net neutrality has ended, but y'all don't have to just sabotage shit straight out anymore. Because we this is important. This this the man trying to keep us black people down from talking about all this stuff and coming back together. I'm kidding. I'm not that hotep-y. I'm kidding.
I'm not kidding. Let's get this going. Navy, Tafari,
Hi.
Whoopie.
This don't make no
Will
distance. I keep
and
telling you, these
the
napkins
trio.
keep trying to keep us down because we tell better stories.
Well, now we had to make 2 links, so ignore me. I'm checking to make sure that all our tags and stuff made it.
Everything's
to the right
there.
account as well
Here we
as
go. And
the-
there's our special.
Hey, J-Tag.
You know what? Let me rephrase. I'm not even going to say special guest. This is your third round. Your family, Jason. Your family here.
Facts.
What's up, Jay?
All right. So,
Why does Tafari look like a tired father who's just fed up?
this is why we need a central
Because he's fed up with
area
YouTube.
for a studio.
Yeah,
swear to
getting
God.
there because I gotta check and make sure our tags are correct, so it goes out correctly, and that the way I scheduled the ad rolls actually stayed this time. So I'll be over here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that look of paying someone's tuition when they don't want to pay their tuition anymore. I feel that.
So, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? So let's get right into it. The show that has changed everything.
Oh, nigga. That's the only word to describe it.
It really has. It changed the landscape of, dare I say, animation. It changed the landscape of writing. It changed everything.
Might I dare say we have standards to hold up now? Oh,
So,
Not
as many
standards.
of you have seen us and visited us before,
Bite your tongue. Ugh.
we did our dive into episodes 1 through 7 of X-Men 97. But we're gonna let Jason give us our thought, give us his thoughts
and
on
ours.
what he's seen, and then we're gonna go straight into 8, 9, and 10.
Yes, Jason, please speak on this. Please.
So we,
Quick thoughts, initial thoughts.
yes,
Episode 1 was like life for me. I was like, I can't believe this is back after 30 years. Like, I waited 30 years for this and never thought it was gonna happen. That was the storm came in. Yes. Episode 1 was life. Episode 2 was incredible. Episode 3 like really shook me. Episode 4, I was kind of like, what's happening? Was episode 4 when Storm left the team? She was gone?
4 was
She left at 2, I think.
Nintendo.
I about to say it wasn't 4.
Yeah.
It was 3.
Nintendo.
3 when she was gone.
That was
Yeah.
the first half of Life Death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like that part one.
Yeah.
I started to notice when there were no black people in the opening credits. That's
you said that was the giveaway.
and then Bishop left. No, 1 through 7 was crazy. 1 through 7 was crazy. And I will promise you that I waited to watch 9 until 10 was out because I like to sleep and I knew I wasn't going to sleep if I watched. I had to wait 7 days.
No.
I can't. I'm sorry.
That's real.
But yeah, I definitely the 1 through 7 was this crazy buildup. And when I was seeing all the pieces come together, and I was like, oh, this is happening. So I was really hype, and I was explaining to anyone who would listen, really like history. I was like, oh, and that's this person, and then I was like, how are they gonna tie this all together? But yeah, 1 through 7 was magic. I was like, oh, and one of my biggest thoughts was they've been playing with this whole Avengers stuff and like Moon Knight and She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need any of that. All I ever need is X-Men.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't let me hold you. I agree. I totally wholeheartedly agree. We have been getting the shaft, so to speak, on mutantdom for so long because the BIPOC community, the LGBTQ community, we resonate with X-Men in so many ways. And I love when people say, "Oh, I don't want politics." I'm like, you've been looking at this in books since the late 60s, early 70s. It's always been here. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. So we're in a position now where you're not allowed to feed us garbage anymore.
Right.
You have to feed us substance. And I like the fact that they decided to concentrate more on quality instead of quantity. It's like, look, you're winning the game in live action. We got it. But now don't just force it down everybody's throats. Give us some really good writing. And what we've been getting is really good writing. Like jaw dropping.
There was a I remember when because obviously I've been a Marvel fan for a long time. I remember when the movies kept coming out and the X-Men movies were really bad, and you know, I just ride for them because I love X-Men, but most of them were terrible films. And I
had some
remember
key moments, but overall they're terrible films.
But when you analyze the dynamics, and I was looking at the Avengers, and I was like, why? So we've got a super soldier, so that's like kind of war, military stuff. And we've got this billionaire that's supposed to be a hero. Who am I empathizing with right now, right? Like, who are they prioritizing right now? You know, Norse gods and stuff. And so it was just interesting the way they led with the Avengers, and it just seemed so specific and intentional. But I think the craze around X-Men is naturally more hype than a Captain Marvel or a Marvel's film, or again, some of those shows that they did that didn't hit very well. So
yeah.
I might have been save some coins.
That part.
I need to ask you, throughout all episodes 1 through 7, which was the moments, what moments stood out to you the most that just made you say, "Oh God, we're here"? Like, "Oh God, we're here." Like, whether it's the up or the down, like, what was the "Oh God, we're here" moments?
I think it was Genosha. That was crazy. Yeah,
it doesn't help that we just lost Krakoa, and I'm like, we're losing Genosha again.
Yeah, I think it was Genosha, and when I've been listening to the dialogue a lot, it's the parallels are very terrifying. Like in that episode, Magneto says, when Valerie says most nations don't elect terrorists to be their leaders, and then Magneto says, and yet they allow their leaders to be terrorists. And I was like, y'all not doing this today, okay?
I gotta go to work still.
Right. Function after that.
You're going to work mad. It's like, this is y'all's fault.
Me mugging everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Right. I think Genosha was it for me. And it wasn't even Gambit's death. It was really the massacre part. It was that part that this beam was literally incinerating people. And we didn't know where it came from or who had caused it. There were theories. You know, I immediately went down the Cassandra Nova timeline in my head, and I was like, but how are they going to bring her into it? And where's that going to go? And then I saw some other theories.
I have to agree. You know what? Having Storm get shot by the cannon was one thing, and then hearing her cry, "I can't feel the wind," that was one thing. But you're right. Episode 5 was the one that made everybody sit back, whether you were at work or at home. And just like, you know what? I don't want to do nothing the rest of the day. I'm in mourning. I don't want to be bothered. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. Don't look at me. It was like stages of grief. We seen mutants perish that we didn't expect to see perish. Like We didn't expect to see Sebastian Shaw bite it. We didn't expect Banshee or Meryl to bite it. We didn't
Dazzler.
Dazzler. We didn't expect these mutants to take the bite and bite the big one. Completely unexpected.
Totally erasure.
And you're right, Magneto. This entire series has been spitting bars. Is what it is. He probably will be in on a Drake diss. I'm just saying. It was that intense. I'm like, dude, every time this dude, it makes you say Magneto was right. You can't help but just to side with this guy. He's right. He's right. Despite $10 apples, this man was right.
$10 apples.
Yeah, $10 apple.
Like, you got to get the money somehow. You know, the government was already being ass with them. They had to make the money some kind of way.
I don't really want to go here, but I'm really wondering about the parallels. I'm just there's too much to actually dive into, and I haven't talked about any of this, but I've been talking to people about it kind of behind the scenes. And the $10 apples is an interesting nod to prices in a formed nation.
Leave it right there.
You're speaking our language. You know, we know what you say. You speak to the choir.
Yeah, so that I wonder, because of who was creating it, I wonder what angle it was written from, considering it was written and drawn so long ago compared to what's happening now. But those one-liners were just too much for me. They were just too much for me.
There were a lot of if everybody's seen that Lil Wayne meme where he's like, ooh, I'm just like every single time, and I'm like, even watching Magneto on trial and the Friends of Humanity, and I'm like, January 6th.
Yep.
It's all y'all. That's all y'all. You know, he's preaching to them. That's all y'all. It's literally pointing the finger, saying, "Look, I came in here. I know what I did, and I didn't even put up a fight. I'm here to atone for my sins, and here y'all go." So whether I'm out there waging the war or I'm coming in peacefully, y'all still gonna be the same way. Which seems to be I don't even want to say the running joke at this point. That seems to be the running thing at that moment, because even Val Cooper later on even speaks on it.
That was my moment.
When she's just like despite everything else, and I'm just like, every time you hear our thoughts and prayers and some kind of tragic moment that's happened in this country, they're like, our thoughts and prayers. I'm like, no, fix this. Fix it.
Are we talking about episode 8 now? Or are we still on 1 through 7?
We're still 1 through 7, but it's those moments. Now, watching Genosha fall and Magneto, despite everything, he doesn't seem full strength. However, it's a testament of showing how well the X-Men themselves are more of a cohesive fighting unit, because you look at Gambit and he took out 6 Sentinels by himself.
Getting busy.
And Rogue took out 3 that we've seen by herself, so it was just like, and the fact that the big bastard, the Kaiju Sentinel, and he says that line, and I'm like, oh, the name's Gambit, mon ami. Remember it. And I'm like, that's a hard way to go out, my guy. But
hashtag went out like a G, because you cannot tell me there ain't no bigger moment than the fact that he took out the baddie and he still had that swag before he passed off. Still had that swag as he's about to cross over. Come on, man.
In the Gucci sacks.
That part.
Look, Phil Boutet's on the IG channel. He's like inconsolable for several days. Yeah, that was
that hurt. Mhm.
You know, those if you're over in the IG chat, jump over to the YouTube channel. You can get your comment put up there on the screen as well. IG does
It works now.
Yes, it does. It works.
How
But
many of us screamed at multiple episodes after they ended? How many of us? Every single one. Yo, I know I look like a straight third grader who got his candy taken away from him. Fucking candy.
look, my office where I work at is might as well say in the midst of the OR, and the fact that I couldn't scream like I wanted to, I was just like.
See, I made the mistake of watching a couple of episodes. So I work because I'm overseas. I work later, so I start work at like 2, and I work until 10. So I made the mistake of watching an episode, one of the later episodes, like 6 or 7 before work. I'm like, I'm sick.
You don't want to do nothing.
You don't want to go to
Ruined
work. You don't want to
yourself.
be
Oh
bothered.
my
You don't want
gosh.
to do anything. And
In
it's
shambles.
like I said, I'm at work, just started, not even an hour in, and I'm just like,
It's gonna be this bullshit.
That part.
I don't even like you people.
I feel like
Why
going
am I
right
here?
and because any episode after episode 5, your mouth was on the floor.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
you know
What
it.
But
is
especially the end of episode 9. That was not a screaming moment. That was just like you just said.
You
yeah.
stuck. You just
You can't help it.
your soul leaves out through your mouth because it is so wide
It
open.
definitely did in episode. No, we're not there yet, but it definitely did at episode 9.
They didn't lit up.
No,
They just
No.
didn't lit up.
y'all waited.
No.
We waited 30 years for this, and to have it be fluffy. No,
No.
That fluff was not gonna be.
I think
it.
there was only one episode where it was a little bit of a you can breathe a little bit. I feel like that was like episode 3.
That was-
Episode 3 and 4 actually.
4, yeah.
Episode.
It was
Yes,
4.
I think that was one.
This episode,
That was
Storm
pretty
got her
cool.
powers back in, right?
Huh?
Episode 4 was when Storm got her powers back.
No, I think that was episode 5.
Four
That
was
episode-
the beginning of
Half
the
Jubilee and half.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
The Jubilee
get a
cat.
guy, when you
She
get
got
a
the
guy,
back-
episode
Oh,
6
4
was
was,
part 2 when she got her powers back.
when
Yeah.
you get a guy who's
that
fighting
was a
in
little
his
bit.
unitard, but it's functional because let's face it,
Yeah.
it didn't help. It didn't help against Madden, but he's just like, look, I got to put degree on. I'm not trying to get these streaks all over my suit.
I might have to do that for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I'm not Jason. If anybody's gonna do it, I know you would do it.
And you would give us some
Man.
service bill.
These cons are gonna be ridiculous, y'all. Just get ready for it.
Oh yeah, X-Men's
I
going
know.
to trend this year.
Next year. It's one next week out here. It's gonna
Yep.
be on the popping.
Got one this
Uh,
weekend.
I
so-
will say shout out to Michael Wilson. He's a local cosplayer. He's also a sheriff's deputy for the Youngstown Department. He did.
She did not do the Magneto.
He did the Magneto where Bastion has him tied up, and I'm just like,
I mean, that's the most cost effective.
I'm like, dude, I wanted to call him up. I'm like, dude, look, it's Facebook, dude. Don't do this.
Hey, listen, that's a very easy cosplay. I can make that right now. Just
Right.
You as well.
no effort required.
Oh my god,
There's no budget involved. What's wrong with
it's
you?
no budget.
Well, I mean, once I get beat by glass, the metal suit is going back on that day.
So, getting to these points now, here's another one. The goddess herself, the wind rider, the mistress of the weather, you name it, she's there. The Regent of Soul, the Queen of Wakanda. I don't care if they got the wedding annulled or not, or the marriage annulled or not. If Shuri and T'Challa's mother is still saying she's the queen, she's the queen. Damn it, she's the queen. Her going through her transition. First off, her losing her powers, and then her going through her transition. And I just
Show off.
no. It's always time to slay.
I mean,
Mm.
When you got time, when you got time, you got time. You know what I'm saying? when you got time, you got time.
I ain't got no shirt, but I got my book. Okay, so that's good.
Sister girl had time.
She was.
She had time.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Laid.
wanted more
That
time.
was that was a pose. Okay, Chris.
Yes.
Bam. Gorgeous guy.
Yes.
She was like,
Thick
let me
thighs
show
and
y'all how I do.
Skies out, thighs out.
Right.
Your boyfriend is back on a plank just fighting for his life. But
He been all right.
He was, but did he die?
Right, but
Did he die?
That's the question, but did he die?
Lord
Like,
have mercy.
she's like,
That
"He
chocolate
died."
meat, y'all. It's that chocolate meat right there. Yeah.
Listen.
With them
That
thunder,
whole
flying
segment
lightning.
was-
She had some lines.
That whole segment
Black-
was
Black-
oh,
Guys,
Hashtag you ain't right. You ain't right.
but it
You
was
ain't
really
wrong.
cool.
No, hashtag he's not wrong.
You
Who's
said
that
what,
one?
Jason?
I said it was really cool how you could tell the voice was hers talking to herself.
Yeah.
And when he put her when she was in the coffin and she goes, "I do not fear death," and she goes, "I know you fear life." I was like, "Oh,
Why are you talking to her?
and
why are you talking to me like that?"
Why are you talking to her?
it's just
I
facts. It's
felt
almost
that
always
so deeply that like that fear of living in full power, greatest potential, greatest expression. And it's like sometimes you would rather just not be alive because you wouldn't have to face your own greatness.
It's that not wanting to take up space. It's wanting to be as small and hidden as possible because you're always you feel like you're a target. Like anything that you do is going to be this big grandiose thing, and that makes you an easier target to hit.
Yes.
So
Come on, congregation.
I do want to rewind it for a second. That in episode 5, something else that was a very endearing moment prior to the tragedy was the fact that we got Nightcrawler, and the way he greets his sister,
Kurt Wagner. Yes.
and might as well say his brother-in-law because that's how he views Gambit. He views Gambit as a brother-in-law. He's just like, dude, if you just don't go ahead and just marry the girl,
Kiss the girl.
It's for real.
Because he's literally telling, go tell her. What are y'all waiting on?
Yes, go tell her.
Nightcrawler was that wingman that everybody needed. Just go talk to her. Tell her how you feel.
And I love the fact that, despite their parentage, the fact that Nightcrawler and Rogue they act like they are that brother and sister. That was their bond. Like, our mom was so messed up. But we're not like that,
Tell us what this hooker did today, because you ever in your life seen somebody so fucked up?
And then and he speaks on that. He was, he talks about family. If every person in this show had a line to drop and had a purpose to show behind it, and when Rogue doesn't show up at Gambit's funeral, people were like, "Well, where's she at?" And I'm like, "She's pissed. She's pissed. She don't want to. Right now, she's like, I need to handle business. I will grieve later."
And boy, did she run rough, motherfucking shot.
They found
even the Cajun cousins came for Gambit's funeral.
right.
Cajun cousins, Cajun supposed wife. That was
Oh,
Belladonna.
Somebody said had she been there, Belladonna and Rogue would have fought. And I'm like, hoes fighting over me at my funeral is exactly what Remy would have wanted. So
Right.
in another timeline, he's staring down, just smiling the whole time.
Nah.
Remy knew Rogue would have killed that woman. Ain't no way.
He left that girl behind. He chose Rogue.
All she would have done it, whoop, and she would have been done.
It would have just taken one wife she here from either side in its own. Just go ahead and clear the chairs. Just let it happen.
That cemetery would have had a crater. Okay.
He's messy.
I mean, it would have put him in one anyway.
Oh, it's like what he would have. Gambit was every bit a rogue. He was a roguish gentleman, and he'll tell you friend up. You know, he was willing to explode beignets in Cyclops' face just for the hell of it. And these things just came out, and they came out of fresh hot grease. I'm like, dude, that is foul. That is crazy work, my guy. You know, but once again, it shows their camaraderie. You know, despite everything else, even Magneto. Well, even when Morph, Gambit, and Cyclops leave the danger room, and Morph with his smart ass. He was like, "Oh, look who's in training," and he's boom, and giving him the look, and I'm like, "Don't rub salt in the wound, dude. Come on." But only they can do that.
Well, now we.
I mean,
Morph is Mystique kick. I'm off of it. I'm disappointed,
Yeah.
but I'm off it.
We got a whole
what?
list.
You thought
We know
Morph
the
was
Brotherhood is just no.
Yeah.
She was with the Morpheus
She's saying it for a while.
Mystique theory because just to kind of like who would be closer since Xavier's not there. Magneto will probably want somebody close by, keeping an eye on it, so to speak.
Now we know Morph isn't Mystique. Morph is just messy because look at Morph's first entrance on screen. It's like, hey, Xavier's dead. Let me dress up as him in front of everybody.
So
that's the second time he's done that. This is like he's done that.
It's like so many of us. We deal with our trauma by making jokes.
Yeah.
And that's how they deal with their trauma for the most part.
Boy,
we're unserious about everything.
So we're coming out of that, but at that point we get Bastion, who we were getting teases of Bastion from the video.
Yeah.
Okay, where?
Oh, so it was so many places. Okay.
Basically, there was a Where's Waldo for Bastion in every episode.
Right.
Yeah, they both said there's basically a Where's Waldo for Bastion in every episode, minus 3.
Except for 3.
Yeah. Because he's on the stair. He's at Genosha. He actually passed Magneto on the staircase. He's in the picture. He's in the picture with Forge. He's in the picture with Forge back in the day. You know, he's in the battle room with the government at one point. I'm like, this dude really was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
He's in the warehouse in episode 1. He's in the warehouse where they're blowing, where the Sentinel hand is. He pops up his head for 2 seconds and then he's gone.
And he was
he
was the intended buyer.
And then in the intro, they're saying that Nimrod inside of the Master Mold head is supposed to be him as well.
Yeah. So when Cyclops was trying to figure out where they got he was like, where are they getting this tech from? What kind of cannon are they getting this from? That was Bastion. He was there the whole time. I want to see my work. See how this works. Does it work? Okay.
That reminded me of that scene, the premonition that Jean had when she was linked with Madeline. I went back and watched it again after episode 5 and was like, yo, the way they foreshadowed that was crazy. It was like masterful.
The flashes, like, those image flashes.
Yeah.
And we had no idea.
You really need to be somewhere where you can pause it easily.
I was saying she was the one pointing it out initially. Something about the music, but if you go back to the first episode, it's a distorted version of the same song during the vision. And then you notice the rats are the same ones that she saw when they got to Genosha. And then that's Cable running through the smoke on, which I gotta apologize for the jokes I made 200 times, my nigga. Damn. I was kidding. But yeah, so they teased it with the song and the premonition that basically her and Madeline got.
He stopped Cable from coming back even before Genosha. He couldn't even get past that moment.
Yeah.
Let alone get there in time. He was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna let you get there."
You can watch.
There had to be some Omega level mutant who was like, "Y'all like, is the Watu coming down? Nah, I'm gonna watch him way up here."
No, Watu has nothing. He breaks enough rules, but Cable's an Omega level mutant, but it's kept in check because of the techno-organic virus in his body.
But I
So-
thought they said that the Genosha moment was a fixed moment in time, like in What If, where Doctor Strange when Christine dies.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she has to die. Uncle Ben has to die. Christine has to die. It was like
Christine has to
Yeah, that's why when you see Watcher before they go down to the party, like whatever's about to happen is just
It's
that's
I
a
can't
canon
do it.
event.
I can't
Next
do
episode
it.
they talk about what Kamertage or Doctor Strange's people in absolute points. So they let us know immediately Genosha's not getting fixed, at least not this season.
No, it ain't. It ain't ever. That's it, baby.
I was say, I hope it is ever. I hope that something is a little bit more permanent. Yeah, to get it gives stakes.
It's we're making strides to Krakoa. This was us book. This wasn't even us booking the ticket to get to Krakoa. I think.
Somewhere in another timeline, there is Miguel O'Hara just showing a montage of Cable failing, going, "See."
My question is the Watcher some sort of sick weirdo? Did he watch all 200 times? Like, damn, he was so
his people.
I'm sure he did.
His people. He's the only one out of his people. He's the only one out of his people who will just like, I can't with a clean heart do nothing. But in this particular case, he really can't do anything, no matter what. It's just like, no matter what, even how I intervene, it's still gonna happen some kind of way. Yeah. It may even be worse.
Yeah,
he's a sick weirdo. It's just
no, the rest of his
137 of a genocide. Let me just.
He got his ass beat.
All right, here we go.
Through different dimensions at the same time. He needs to see someone else take an L for once or two, a couple hundred times.
The rest of his people, they're dead set not doing anything. They're just like, we don't care. The public, let the pebble fall where it may. We don't care. Watu, he was like, no, I've grown fond of this earth, of this timeline. I can't let this. But then once again, it's that moment. It's nothing he can really do.
Watu, yes. It is your turn in Monopoly, though. Please come to the board.
So it's those type of moments. But when you see, we're going into this is something. The damn cameos. There were, by my count, 25 cameos. If you count who Morph turned into, plus who's ever showed up.
Are we counting still images too?
Still images too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 25.
Yeah, it's about 25 of them. Wow. There's quite a few. Dr. Doom, Baron Zemo. They said Killmonger was in there at one point.
It's a silhouette with the side cut, but you can't see a face.
Right. So there was that.
Doesn't make sense. That don't make sense.
You're thinking of the T'Challa thing,
right? How?
People are saying it looks like a comic accurate silhouette of Killmonger. It's not confirmed, but people are hoping that it's him.
Pause.
People are running with.
Didn't have that haircut in the comics, and that's in the 90s. He didn't have that haircut. That ain't him. I don't know who it is.
I think it's a variation of whatever one of his looks might have been. I'm not 100% on it. I just know people want it, and that's what they hope for.
Mm-hmm.
The math ain't mathing, but go off.
I think.
Cloak and Dagger.
I think this was one of those situations.
That was the entire meeting. Hey, none of this was planned.
It's Drake's parents.
Doom has to tell you when Doom has to say too much.
Look, when Doom says, you know what, I was with doing certain things, but this here you got Bastion is messy. Next time, give me a warning first before you bring me in on this bullshit.
I was kind of hoping for a Latveria invasion or like a small clip of it during the
Doom's thing is he doesn't invade unless it truly serves it, and he doesn't really do invading. He just don't come here with the bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I was hoping to see him fighting off the Sentinels coming to his country. Like, now I got to get up out my damn chair. I'm sick of this shit.
Well, wait. Does Doom have mutants in Latveria? He doesn't have mutants in Latveria, right?
Everyone can fly. It's up for everybody. These last couple episodes.
No, not Aubrey's parents.
If you don't,
We're not at that episode yet. Wait.
I had to ask. I don't know.
I turned away, so I wasn't even going to entertain. So I turned away.
Maybe sounds like it wasn't me, Mama. It wasn't me.
I'll be honest. When they unleashed Omega Red, I thought that whole place was just gonna go up in smoke. Because I know reactors have like, if you lose power, you risk like Chernobyl again.
Yeah. So Rogue catches up with Bolivia Trask and does the ultimate. And she's like, "Oh, you ain't got the answers I'm looking for."
Oops, motherfucker.
Mind you, everyone there had there's at least three people that has the ability to quote unquote save this bastard, but they don't. They're just a bit shocked. And the only one who's really not shocked is Wolverine, who says, "Well,
she should have dropped him higher."
She just he's the only one who's like, she just did what everybody else is thinking. Am I wrong?
Well,
I'm gonna tell you that was a point for me that won me over.
Yeah.
This is not your 92 X-Men. This is not your everything is okay X-Men. Because
I'm sorry. The genocide didn't get you.
The genocide, the blatant Holocaust references.
Listen, I think the only thing that ruined it for me was the fact that he turned into being a Sentinel. I wanted him dead. I wanted that impact of that character actually making that decision and letting that decision really be about death. Not the fact that, oh, it's undone in a second. But to your point, the fact that everybody was on fuck you code, that was my point. That I was like,
Wolverine has stayed on fuck you code the entire time. He's just like,
no, but Jean, I told y'all from the beginning, I was shocked that Jean said nothing. He did nothing.
She did nothing. She didn't give a fuck. She been cloned and replaced, and she's like, I don't care.
She's just like, I died before. It's no big
y'all let that man fall, but we yeeted an entire skyscraper not 2 minutes later, while balancing your husband and 2 other people.
Yeah. I mean, Rogue said it. She was like, y'all wasn't there when everybody died. Y'all, so yeah, if this is gonna be the only one, I'm down
with it.
I said we did get a first person view of her tumbling through the blast. Like that was a whole X-Men version of No Russian from Call of MW2.
You know, it is one of those situations you'd be like, yeah, sometimes you got to get your hands a little dirty. I mean, they are in the most corrupted place where all mutants can go for.
I mean, it's not called a bloodbath for nothing. I mean, go off, sis. Do what you got.
The fact that they had the fact that there was a UN branch on that island it was the shocking part. I'm like, they got a UN branch there. Okay.
But you think you beat the final boss and they get a new health bar to start loading up?
So it's safe to say that yes, Magneto was right. We're still with that.
We haven't got to that episode yet.
Yeah, there's still several.
He's still been right the entire time though.
Yeah,
Rogue hit with the one hit of Twitter immediately. Just
you said what, Jason?
I said I'm proud of Jean for not tripping the whole season.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's her tying her hair back. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's about to work. This is
about to go sideways, ladies and gentlemen."
Yeah, she was lifting stuff. She didn't care. I'm telling you, she was like, "I'm over you people."
Put that high pony in and got busy.
She woke up in a hospital gown. She said, "Bitch did what? Hold on."
Vaseline and removal of earrings. It's about to go sideways.
Her entrance to the show was the only time she fainted, and it's like, okay, that's the last time we're doing that. We're just paying homage. She's staying awake. She's had her coffee. She's on her Red Bull.
Exactly.
She's very picky about what she does.
She had Storm in her head. Come on, she's like, girl, if you don't get up.
I'm just saying, she was very picky about what she protected with her powers because didn't catch Trask, you didn't save Scott's Porsche. Like clearly, decisions were made.
Decisions were made.
You said the Porsche. She was like, this is for mind cheating on me.
Yes.
So I'm gonna destroy
You're
the
gonna lose something today.
The torch was revenge.
You don't want to stay on the
He
couch.
looked at her like,
He's like, you could have saved the car.
It's not my car.
Negative.
She got
Now,
that
my midlife
Honda
crisis.
Civic next week.
Right. So
This ain't X-Men Evolution. No.
So
Scott.
them going to see
My midlife crisis.
Bastion's mother, or at least following a clue to that. And that body horror scene, because that's exactly what that was. Between Trask and Bastion's mother, I'm like, that's severe. You hear it and then you see it. And I'm like, that's kind of unsettling.
Kinda unsettling.
Well, ain't no damn kinda.
That's like saying we're kind of black. No, it was unsettling.
Did not like.
No, that's right. We're not Aubrey's on this stage. I'm sorry. Look, the entire world is dissing this dude. I don't think don't think it matters at this point. So yeah, that was an entire body horror scene, and it breaks them down. And people were saying, like, why couldn't Jean pick up on it? Why couldn't she pick up on certain things? It's the same thing with Bastion. Bastion is seeing things from a different perspective, which is why, just like when Magneto shut down everything, but not Bastion, because he's on a different. He sees this. He knows what to do. He's from Nimrod. Nimrod's from the future, so he would have these little moments of like, hey, I got a way to combat that. I got a way to stop all that. So
he had that clarity that a lot of people wouldn't have thought of. And he's always like 2-3 steps ahead. Even if he was maniacal, the boy could plan and prepare.
Mm-hmm. There's also something to be said for his confidence is unshakable because he's literally seen the future. Like if you knew what the ultimate future was going to be for your life, I could do whatever the fuck it is that I want. Mm-hmm. I've seen what's going to happen. Do I want to stay in bed today? Yeah, sure. I ain't got to do shit. I know what's coming down the pipe. I've got all the confidence in the world and I'm not shakable at all. You can't tell me nothing.
He was really unshakable. Every time you saw him, it's like, that's a moment you would normally see a villain panic. He's like, nah, we're going to go ahead and do this. Like, does anything get you rattled? Nah, my coffee's cold. Nah.
For who? It's destined for me to have this. Sorry. Right. Don't know what you're going to do about it.
Bit of emotion in the very last episode, but that was like only there for a second.
With his mother.
He actually gave a shit about his mom. If nobody else,
I wasn't thinking about that. So two. That was the second one.
Yeah, him shedding tears for his mother lets you know that there was a part of him that was still human. It was just more human for her than it was for anybody else.
Which honestly confused me because I was like, the way that I took it was that Magneto shut them down. He didn't kill them. So I was actually kind of confused why he was upset.
Well, maybe he thought they would never be turned back on again. Mm-hmm. Unless someone, because he would have had to reverse what he did.
I mean, she was also shedding tears, wasn't she? When he cried, tears fell on her chin, and then when he was looking at her, there was tears underneath her eyes. If you go back and watch the episode, so I don't know if there was some pain involved with them being in that type of stasis or what.
Good question. It's not like that. We wouldn't watch the series again.
Give me what Memorial Day weekend? Yeah, it's gonna go down.
I think he couldn't have TV. I think he couldn't turn the human Sentinels back on without his little apparatus, and even then, that only reached out to the mechanical ones. So when he was like, "It's quiet now," same way Rogue can't feel Gambit, he can't hear or feel anyone.
Right, because he's a technopath, right?
Right.
Yep. So he would be a techno. Yeah. Well, Xavier thought he was a mutant, so that would qualify him as a technopath, but technically he's not.
He's just a robot.
Yeah, he's all mutants, my brother. Learn your history.
Well, he was born. He still has DNA.
He has
He is human.
Yeah, it's
more.
It's kind of a weird.
He's made of technology, though, right?
He's more technology than anything.
He's a human sentinel hybrid.
I mean,
way more advanced.
he's just a few steps further away from Cable.
But I think the nanotech is what allows him to communicate with the other machines. Like whatever the infusion that virus they made was probably an extension of his.
Yeah, it's more of a which this version of Bastion is much more easier to explain than it is in the books.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It is. He's like a cyborg. He's more like a much more advanced cyborg
in the books.
Even here,
even here too. But in the books,
even though he's born, he has the nanites.
The nanites, yeah.
From a future Sentinel, so that would qualify him as a cyborg.
Yeah. Plus, he has to stay connected. He has to stay connected to stay charged and everything, because he doesn't carry on with the same human functions like we would.
It doesn't help that his parents were hate-filled and indifferent to people that didn't look like them.
Right. My baby's not a mutant. My child.
Oh yeah, when Mama came in, I said when they were in that little town,
everybody's seen or heard somebody from that type of town.
Yeah.
With that type of family. Not my child.
Not my child.
She's not wrong though.
My
baby ain't gonna like that. My baby ain't like that.
So
like that.
Right.
I'm gonna talk about Robert DaCosta.
Good old
Roberto.
Roberto.
When are we going to talk about Nathaniel John Tavius Essex?
Yes.
I hate you.
Badass.
I'm done.
I would have said Dante, but his was way better. His was way better than I was thinking.
You have someone who's so curious about mutants that he makes himself one, and then you have a mutant who is scared to become one and hides himself to become human. It's two different things. What did you call him again, Nathaniel?
You know what? It's canon. His name is
Don Tavius.
Dante
Tavius Essex.
He probably wouldn't be opposed to that name either.
Oh God.
So he would not be.
They're on the Esquire. Makes him sound important. Esquire.
Shout out to Nee Wilson for that one.
I was looking at third.
It says a lot when you see his mother, and she's, at first you're kind of happy because she says, "Oh, honey, I've known," but then she flips the script. Oh, but you got to hide it from our investors, and I'm like, wait, you were right there, and then you made a whole U-turn.
Man.
And even Jubilee was like, you know what,
bitch,
I'm out.
And your money.
You got a trust fund.
Said,
I need a new outfit. Let's go.
Let's go. Yep.
We need retail therapy. Let's go.
Spend all the money your mom won't miss. Let's go.
His mother is the human embodiment of NDA. Nigga, don't ask.
Somebody online, I can't remember where I saw it, said that the banner for her party was Humans for Genosha, and they were saying that that's implying that the people on Genosha were not human when they are, even though they're mutants, they are humans.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even get
like the mom was shady from before that, but it's just extra shade.
Yeah.
Once again, this goes to what Jason was saying earlier about those similarities of, oh, let's have this fundraiser for this particular group or sect of people.
It wasn't even the people. It was the land. They didn't even name the people.
Right. It's just, oh, look, we're doing a good thing. Are you? Because is that money going to sit?
Who's collecting the check? Who's it going to?
Activism. That's what it is.
Whose savings account is getting it? I want to know whose savings account is getting
just been terrible mothers all around. It's been Madeline slam dunking her baby in the Nickelodeon climb. Hey,
what up, nephew?
We've had Madeline slam dunking her baby in Mountain Dew. We've got Mutant Bunny Ruckus with Bastion and his mom, and then we've got Roberto. What's going on here? I'm serious.
Mr. Sinister stole a Parliament Funkadelic costume for his look. Yeah.
Mr. Sinister was going to Carnival.
George Clinton seen that outfit one time, only got to wear it one time, and ain't seen it again. He just forgot. But when they're on the run and they crash into the fundraiser, and he says, "Mom, they are trying to kill me. They are trying to hurt us." And they come in, guns raised.
No, we're
I
not.
was like, no, we're not.
He was like,
What?
bye bye.
We would never.
Bye, baby.
I'm just like, y'all see how I turned back
Go
to
with
normal?
them.
The niggas are purple.
And I'm like, that didn't scare you, woman?
Everybody
Y'all
still
were-
wanted the drinks in their hands.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
It's
just like,
time to
y'all
go.
not,
Why?
y'all
What's
not
heavens?
questioning like the Barney colored zombies over here. Wow, so I gotta go.
Not the way my mother's built. She would have been like, run!
But
Go
he
hide. Get out of here.
Jump
Go.
in the way and run.
Not care about the money. Not care about the money.
She
But
was
see,
too busy with her performative activism and worrying about her image.
That's the word I was looking for.
Mm.
Performative activism. That's
Said she was
exactly
doing
what that
Sean
was.
King.
You better- I
Not the
would've been
Casey
flipping over.
Anthony Hall of Shame. I'm done. I'm done. I am done.
Jason, you missed us, didn't you?
Oh my god.
Oh, nothing but elite audience members in this chat. Nothing but elite.
If I'm Jubilee,
We're not over the
flipping
edge, but you don't want to turn your back on us neither.
I'm Jubilee, I'm flipping over tables and hors d'oeuvres and all the shit I can afford to fuck up on the way out.
Right. Kick a table, knock over a plant, throw something out a window.
It didn't make sense. And then when you see them getting marched off, and it's just like, woman.
That's part of this.
But I wasn't even honestly. You can't even be bothered by it because she never went to look for her child.
No.
He ran away, kind of, still spending the money, but she never even bothered to look for him.
And that's what
He was on the news.
I was about to say the same thing when they left. She didn't even look bothered. That was exactly what I was about to say.
No,
That was the bad part.
That was killer.
Not at
I'm
all.
like, how you as a mother not even stand up for your child, and then at worst you're just like, you seem like, let me go back.
I understand. I can't trust people whose butlers got a butler. I'm sorry.
So I think what it was safe to just say is like, okay, well, number one, your mom ain't shit.
Right.
She didn't care. She cared about the dollar.
That applies to so many people.
Ain't that the bad part? And life is just what it
transition
is.
to retail
You're gonna
therapy.
deal with this. So you're getting all this action going on. Meanwhile, back at the X mansion, holy hell, terror done broke loose. And this gives me, there were several moments that gave me Marvel versus Capcom vibes. This was one of those moments. Wolverine and Nightcrawler teaming up.
Wait. Tish, girl.
Fuck that bitch.
Girl.
Fuck that bitch.
When did you get dipped? I'm trying to figure out when she went and got turned.
Right, because Lip Bastion tell it, he found a lot of these people like on Reddits and all these other little sites that's against, and it, like Lit, you tell it, lady.
4chan.
We need
This
to
is-
talk
4chan.
This is the
We need to
90s. So Bastion was
we need
recruiting
to
all
talk
of
about
these
that
people.
Bastion speech because that
4chan
Yeah.
fuckers. Ha.
Because she's sitting,
Bastion
you know,
was recruiting all of these people with dial-up internet. Just remember that.
yeah. But you
If
were
have
just at the
5600
mansion,
baud modem, you qualify.
right? But you were just at the mansion, acting like you actually gave it down.
Well,
She
you
never-
knew.
not caring the one
And
time.
then to find out
Do
the
you
very
think she
next
knew she was
episode,
reprogrammed? Do you think she knew she was reprogrammed?
No,
They
No.
say she
knew.
doesn't
I
know.
think she knew.
Some of the people didn't seem conscious.
I think this might be a good theory. I think for some of those people that Bastion was talking about, that's a good majority of the people because they showed them. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll volunteer," and then but then some of the other ones who didn't know we're like, okay, yeah, you got to get inoculated or whatever because it's that time of year to get your flu shot.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Do you? Okay, I know it's I don't see Bastion being a liar. That is one thing I will give that man. He is not a liar.
Oh, he hides the truth though. He may not lie, but he's not going to give you the whole truth.
It sounds like he gave them all a sales pitch of this will protect you from like possible mutant infection or damning your DNA in the future, and they all just signed up for it, but didn't realize what all they were going to get.
I don't think that's what he said, though. I think he said that he told them that you are going to be part of this whatever thing that I'm building. Just get in the vet and you'll be helping me. I think that's how vague he was with what he was doing. So that whoever did want to volunteer, I'm not even using quotes, they volunteered. Whoever wanted to volunteer, it's up to you. I'm not going to push you in this vet. I'm not holding you against your will. Just know that you're part of the bigger picture. I think that is how he presented it, if I'm remembering correctly.
I'm actually shocked
pretty much
that Mama DaCosta was not a Prime Sentinel.
That would have been great.
You messing up her hair?
I'm and there you got a point. Never mind.
Look, Bastion's mom wasn't a Prime Sentinel. She was just evil.
Yeah, well,
and she probably knew in getting up what was part of that deal and didn't care.
She was indifferent. That was her whole thing from the opening of her pouring her wine glass when he didn't hug this boy not once. When he not once, did not get up out of his seat. I hate, make me mad. I don't even like kids like that. But I'm just saying, I don't get up and hug your child.
Didn't she hug him once when he was saying like she had to make me feel like I was normal? He was like looking up at her. She was rubbing his head.
No, she's talking about Robert's mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought Bastion. I was going to say.
Oh no.
But like he said he hunted all the. Well, he didn't hunt, but he scoured a lot of areas where people were like the Friends of Humanity. You know, he found another avenue. He's like, there were levels to it. He definitely had levels to it. Here, let me give them weapons that they haven't used before. Let me weaponize their hate. Let me give them
laps around Parlor right now.
You know, he moves in a way where people are going to listen.
It gives them plausible deniability. So, I didn't know I was going to be an actual fucking killing goddamn machine when I signed up for something that was supposed to get rid of mutants in the first fucking place. But go off.
He was saying, I went to these places where, you know, they felt like they were being left behind. They were going to become extinct. What does that sound like? You know, I'm gonna go there, and then some other people, you just like, you're going to be part of a better future. May not even mention mutants. It's just saying, hey, because he has that influence. He's in the battle room with high-ranking generals and the president.
Ooh, isn't that what they
would
do
be
for
proud.
the military? Isn't that get y'all? Because I can't do it. Get y'all indoctrinated in the military. Come and help the United States. That's if you join this elite field of people, you'll be doing a service to your country.
That's all. So that's a goal. It's called marketing.
I don't know about that. As retired Navy, I don't know about that.
You different. You know who it was when you drank.
They in our high schools doing. They are in our high schools with push-up and pull-up contests. Oh, that was great. You want to sign this piece of paper? Bring a friend.
Dude, but that's what you see at Anime NYC. That's basically what they were doing at Anime NYC this year. They were having people come over doing the pull-up bar or whatever strength.
It's all fun and games until you take the ass bath, and then unless you royally screw up, and I have seen some folks royally screw up on that. That's the only difference.
So is that just your military aptitude? Because I had a friend he's doing well now, but at graduation he was like, "Dude, where's the parties?" I'm like, "Mac, we have all summer." He's like, "No, they're coming to get me tomorrow. I don't know what I scored, but they need me like ASAP."
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll tell you if you score high, they come after you.
Oh, you don't have You don't have a feather fucking choice. If your ass bab is high enough, bitch, you got
right there.
Yeah,
He said Bastion knew how to play on human emotions, so he can manipulate and play to their interests and desires, give people what they want or what they think they want.
Which
And
is
he
why
knows the majority of the human race, let's face it, even now we see it. All you got to do is go on Twitter and say one thing, and people will flock.
No.
To a
And that's
he
why I
was
don't
highly
think
charismatic. He was
That's why Drake still has fans.
charismatic.
Bastion,
Stop
Bastion was
Oh, come on, you knew that was coming.
What do you think, Kara?
it.
That speech made me pause, though. I mean, like, there was a few things that he said that really were triggering. One of them being that all he had to do was convince them that they were going to be left behind. And they would, so literally the idea of giving their bodies to be weapons of war, that was one thing. The second thing was that he said all I had to do, the other thing I had to do was appeal to their deep rooted hatred. And it made me look at kind of the landscape of what we're dealing with now in the world. And I said, I don't think a lot of what's happening is coming from any level of love. I think that if you look at the deepest undercurrent of it all, it comes from some real serious hatred.
Oh yeah.
If I offer you salvation, that's the whole thing. If I offer you salvation for your fear, you will do anything to keep it. That's what Bastion was basically saying. He's like, all I'm doing is it's amazing how Bastion and Magneto kind of mirrored themselves. It's like Bastion is basically Magneto if Magneto had foresight of the future. He is, instead of him going back to Charles saying shut up, he's like, Charles,
hey Kevin,
you're wrong. You need to listen to me. You should have ended all these humans when you had the chance.
Yeah.
Bastion was out here giving the tiki torch white, you will not replace the speech.
Right.
If that wasn't the Kmart white.
And where did he learn it all? At home from his mama.
I'm there say homeschool's a dangerous thing. Anyway,
I'm saying, when his mom is hugging him and just looking up he's like looking up at her. Put that side by side with Ruckus and his mom. But mama, I'm white. It was like the same shit.
Yeah.
How many?
Like he fed into their base desires, and are you broke? Do you hate how your life is going?
Guess who you can blame?
Guess what you can come and do?
Muties.
Did a big metal mutie steal your job at the construction site?
How many times have we seen cults out here? And we have wondered, how did you join up with this? Because they appealed to a weak spot in them, and they formed on it, and they targeted, and they made it so they were irresistible. That's why they formed in. So you look at these cults, it's like, yeah, they appeal to the weak side of human emotion and brought you in.
Or you just make them watch 1,100 episodes of something with no promise of an end in sight.
What we're not going to do.
Wait. It's that diary show on Netflix. What are you talking about, Kira?
One Piece.
That English show?
Shut up.
One Piece.
Shut up.
I just want to put that out there.
Jesus.
Don't be calling out my clothes. Don't do it. Don't call out.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you don't like Bridgerton, Kira, it's okay. Don't put One Piece in it.
It's fine. It's fine. Bridgerton's only got 3 seasons though, and it's got a better storyline. But we'll continue anyway.
Wow.
Our story is coming full circle after the last 2 chapters because pretty much everything we know has been leading up to this. It's all been a lie. We are on borrowed time.
Allow us to chuck bowling balls at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Not red piece.
Jesus.
Tashi,
stop. So
there are literal random pieces that are part of the story.
So it says a lot that, you know, and I've said it on the past episodes. This team, in my opinion, is more cohesively battle ready than the Avengers.
They've had more adversity. They've had because of the adversity.
The Avengers have no sauce. The Avengers have no sauce. They have zero sauce.
No.
They're all. I mean, who's their best fighter? Cap, because he's the tactician.
True.
Because he was broke for a little while. That's why he was technically a minority for a little bit. That's why he knows how to fight so goddamn hard.
Yeah,
I would have
said minority. She's from Eastern Europe. Probably she's a minority. She's from Eastern Europe. She was like, she was in war-torn country.
I would have said Jarvis because
she's still fighting.
Wait, who?
But I mean, look, you can actually say that with this team, you can pair any of them up, and it's like we did this last Tuesday in the Danger Room, so this ain't nothing.
It's like you faced the Tri-Sentinels. For us, it was Tuesday,
right?
It was the greatest.
So it's like it's nothing. It's nothing new for them. Like they can pull this. They were like, oh, we just did that, and we pulled it. It's like pulling the rap. The whole thing with Gambit and Wolverine. It's like, come on. We just pulled this out.
Stop, Will.
What?
Stop.
Just
he won't ever. You know that.
I wouldn't say they keep losing. They don't keep losing. It's what they're faced up against, something they haven't faced before. Because mind you, every Sentinel outside of Bastion, every Sentinel they faced,
annihilated.
Yeah, it was definitely not an easy fight. It wasn't easy. It wasn't like they were pushovers.
No,
so, I mean,
it's just you figure when you take a look at Genosha, who are the three that was handling business?
True.
Magneto, Gambit, and Rogue.
Although I'm kind of mad at Beast.
Problem was they had the rest. The problem was they had an entire island of mutants they were trying to keep safe.
Yeah.
So not everybody had a useful ability.
Right.
Or were even battle tested for that matter.
Although I'm mad at Beast because by now, how do you not have a Sentinel defense system set up on an island? You literally took apart 3 Sentinels in the same sense 3 Blackbirds got destroyed in this series. And you're not telling me just somebody didn't walk up to you and go, for you to be the smartest mutant in the bunch, you don't have like, some sort of defense system in place?
He was being pum whipped.
Man, go ahead.
Without getting the actual pum.
It's because he had to keep rebuilding that motherfucking Blackbird. If he's not breaking that shit all the time, he could have had time to build something.
That's what the pum was called, the Blackbird. That's
playing with the ops got you caught, baby.
It was just seeing the strength that was being withheld because he had none of that for his girl, but was like karate chopping Sentinels the next episode.
That's a lot of parts for a play, Whoopi. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot of parts. I mean,
defense.
That's like Stanford and Son Junkyard at that moment,
ma'am.
I'm just saying, in the defense of Beast, in the defense of my good brother Hank McCoy.
You are not okay.
Let him get it out.
Y'all let him go. Mayhem
got his moment, so we're gonna let him cook on this.
Something about the high heel to the chest. Like I understood why he was in that position in the first place. Like I don't condone it.
Out of your goddamn mind.
I told you how we got here.
I'm telling you, Beast getting stepped on.
Have you lost your mind?
Beast getting stepped on, replaced.
He's thinking with his other mind right now. That's what happened, baby.
I mean, everybody likes a little slap and tickle, but that was a little too far.
Ma'am.
Beast getting stepped on immediately replaced the hair pulling meme from Jujutsu Kaisen. It was everywhere.
Oh my god.
He's living my best life. I should call her.
Wait a
minute.
Very good. Go ahead, Jason.
Wait a minute.
Jason said you're not just gonna let that slide. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh my god!
This is a children's programming show. Is it anymore?
Not anymore.
It was just.
There was so much.
I getting stepped on.
We can't forget Magneto and his speedo. Like this.
Why I love Thursdays.
The heel on the. I got friends who do reactions, so I watched the faces change once the heel hit the chest.
Let me stop you real quick. That is not where I thought you was gonna go. I thought he was gonna say. I got friends who do that type of stuff. I thought that's where he was going.
No, I got friends.
Just him.
I saw the girls go crazy when Nanami did the thing. The boys went crazy for the foot on the chest.
I'm telling you, it's the second foot in somebody. The first time it was Deathbird's shoe in Ronan the Accuser's face.
Head. Oh, that was good.
And that
Ronan got no shine this season.
Well, in the beginning when he came in, it was one thing, but when Elandra says protect the queen, they said protect the queen. He switched up. He was like, I gotta listen to her. I mean, you ain't paying me enough.
Click. You done, bitch.
That wins. Wow. That's the comment that wins.
Speaking of death,
Milky Way Ghetto, the Milky Way Ghetto.
And that was when I knew we were being serious. That was when
when she said it, I was just like, it's messed up, but she ain't wrong.
Right? We were talking about how aliens fly by and roll up the windows.
Aliens have us blacklisted on their green book at this rate.
Jason, I believe that wholeheartedly.
Wow.
See, they go by, they're just like,
where's
that place, Daddy? We don't go there. We don't go there.
We don't
Your
go
mama said
there.
don't go there. They say they got good corned beef sandwiches, but we don't go down there for that.
You get forgotten about in the ghetto.
We live in the Shadowlands.
Man.
So Nicole asks a very good question. She says, how does Beast keep having one? I think they got a defense contract with somebody moving money somewhere. Let's just put it that way. Chuck might not even be saying it. He might have just like pushed somebody, be like, you know what? Just kind of keep feeding the money over here. Chuck got money. He got money.
I mean, he do.
He is.
Chuck got all the units listed as dependents on his taxes.
Right. He got black bucks inside the Blackbird money. He could do it.
Yeah. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that maybe he got a little nudge.
Hold on. How many times that damn house done blew up and it comes back exactly the way they left
it? Wait, that scene when he was looking around the mansion, do you think he was sad about all the damage, or do you think he was thinking my insurance is gonna drop me?
He probably was thinking, he was like, I know a guy that knows a guy.
I know a guy that he was like, do I have to give back my life insurance since they already cashed it out? Or also, where's my metal chair? I can't wheel around all the debris in that.
So Black Ash Ketchum says, Forge had tech to counter Magneto's EMP. Why didn't the government have the same tech? He worked for them to build mutant tech. He's also stated that when he realized what they're doing, there's certain stuff he held back on.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've taken my work and they've perverted it.
Yeah.
Said everything.
The Galactic Green Book. Yeah, it's the Galactic Green Book.
What's that area over there? That's Earth, Simba. You must never go there.
Right. Shadowland, Simba.
Yeah, I think the most that Chuck was worried about was like, damn, I actually like those pictures. Shit. I don't have backups.
You know what? Maybe I should have put a skylight in here instead.
It's the house fashion because this fresh cut Obi I'm seeing.
Fresh cut Obi.
They got you.
Yeah, at least the house went out in the epic fashion because Wolverine and Nightcrawler with the tag team.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
beautiful.
That was
Wolverine really
beautiful.
Wolverine really bodied some folks.
Yeah, but
and you know what? He wasn't stressed about it neither. He fall in midair. Man can't fly heavy as shit because of the mental. Like, he's just like, this is normal. I'll survive this.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Hank is freaking out because the world's got a LimeWire virus in real time.
Right.
You know, Chuck probably came home. He was just like, you know what? We needed new computers anyway. I got the stuff. I got Shi'ar. I got Shi'ar tech.
Prime Sentinels that they're not afraid of just sneaking somebody because him, Rogue, they all get hit with a mean one-hitter quitter. And Hank was out.
Right. Yeah, Hank was out.
Morpheus tried with Juggernaut, but slept.
Yeah, he didn't utilize that.
That was just.
Meanwhile, Nightcrawler is just like, it's God's job to judge, but it's my job to send you to him if y'all keep fucking with my sister.
That's pretty much what he said. He's like, lady, I got 6 reasons. And he's like, no, brother. You got 9. We got to work.
Look, he took her hands first, and that was a warning.
That was the prayer before the violence. Like, Lord, I'm finna send some people to you.
I was a little bit frustrated with the inconsistency.
What did Brother Kendrick say? I'm gonna beat your ass and hide the Bible if God's watching.
Watching.
So what would you say, Jason?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. That was.
I was just saying that sometimes the Sentinels could heal and sometimes they couldn't.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they would put themselves back together and sometimes they wouldn't, and I didn't know.
Well, definitely Nimrod did that.
Yeah. Well, once Wolverine saw they could piece themselves back together, they were just like, "Well, it's up for everybody in this room."
Right. Slice and dice.
He was like, "Oh, you can heal from that. Time to work. I can cut loose in here." That's what you're saying.
Also, isn't this the first time we've ever seen Wolverine stab anybody?
Yes.
Like really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Giving us a regenerative
blood,
enemy.
everything.
Giving him a regenerative enemy gave us full range to just unleash what we've been wanting up until this episode.
And they were complaining about it. It was like, "What about Wolverine?" I'm like, "It's more than X-Men than just Wolverine." Let's see.
He's got a whole
Cyclops has gotten more respect in 10 episodes than he ever has.
The road. This is Cyclops from the comics, but still, the fighting style was so. I really like the way they did their powers. I think the way they used their abilities was really unique this time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my man was moonwalking using beams. I'm just like, I never thought about you doing that, but that's all right.
The fact you're using beams as a way of movement, along with the offensive and defensive moves, I was like, yeah, this is the Cyclops we know.
Mm-hmm. So that means he do like they do on the basketball court. They swipe the bottom of my boots.
What?
Give me my good boots, not the new ones. They ain't got the sole worn down where I can slide easy.
I loved when he shot the wall and he still hit Bastion. Bastion was pissed.
Yeah, because he does in the comics. He does that. Like he hits these ricochet shots. Like he's done it in the midst of major battle. He's just like, if you think Cap he's as good as with his ricochet shots as Cappy is with the shield. Yeah, that's why they always looking at each other like, you wish you could. Why you showing up now?
Until someone takes your shield and throws it into the mountains.
I was about to say, Cap can't do shit with his shield right now.
He got it back though. I would have loved to see him looking for it though.
I bet it was a replacement.
No, Cap is still digging that. Cap is still digging that shield out.
That man got a closet full of shields. I'm telling you, I don't think he's just one. No.
But that was the good one.
That shield was made of nickel. He just had that in the back somewhere.
He probably told Tony, "I'm like, can you bring me a shield and I need you to find the other one." Not again, dude. You got to be better. But yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about these little moments that we're beginning, because this is where they really started to shine. Like 8, 9, and 10, they shined.
Those are supernova moments, because every time you turn around, just when you got over one moment, here comes another one. And you're still trying to process those two. Here comes a third. It's like, bro, if you ain't drinking during these last 3, something wrong with you.
This is why I said Mr. Bo's employment status has changed.
Look, when I tell you, when the scene where Roberto and Jubilee are basically getting chased into the alleyway, and we get this moment
in the alleyway, like, dun, chased in your opinion.
Did you need me to act out the part where Storm shows up?
Oh yeah,
I was in the 2-man.
Mama
came to get her babies.
Let's go. X-Men 94 right
and
there.
She hit the Beyonce pose, and I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't mad at it.
Billion superstar right there.
Right.
That's the what is that? That's if you should have put a ring on it pose.
Right. But I love the fact that when Jubilee sees her, she just breaks. She breaks. She was like, Storm. Like, if any, she didn't care about nobody. It's Storm. One, Mama home.
They make it. You gonna make some oxtail tonight?
She's like two. All y'all in trouble now.
I was saying
it was the memes that were killing me. It was like, I left for 5 minutes. Who's Madeline? When did Charles get here? What happened to the house? Gene, where's the baby? 5 minutes.
Gene, where's Gene?
It's like, I'm gone for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'm gone. And all this.
I do love
Where's my super suit?
When Gene when they're getting ready to go straight into battle, and Gene and Storm have their moment on the Blackbird. That whole speech, she's make them mind your weather, sister, and she says, and make them weather your mind. And I'm like, 2 Omega level mutants, right? They're just like, you know what?
Can I?
We
can
here,
I,
right here. We here.
Can I say, and I'm gonna say this: only a black man can write a line like that. I'm sorry. Only black folk can write something like that and be like,
heard that from his mama. I'm gonna tell you that honestly felt like
a black woman said that. A black woman said that.
That's a family quotable or something.
It's like, I'm gonna use this one day, and it's gonna hit, and it did. It hit. And when when they go into battle, they fall apart. One thing you should never do, and Cyclops did it. He made a conscious decision. Let's split this team up. So one goes here, one goes here. It's enough of them. They got to handle business. But as we always seen in Scooby-Doo, you never split up. You never split up.
I'll say like Scoob in the game.
Like Scoob.
I was really sad Storm didn't get her redemption.
Facts.
You know what? I am too. I'm not mad.
Wait, sad that Storm didn't get what?
Like her shot. Like
Storm and Jean both came out strong when they were fighting. Jean got that moment where she really like bodied everybody.
Yeah.
Storm never really got her. But I have a theory about that. So if you look at the 92 X-Men, Storm is the only reason the team ever wins anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when they fought the Hellfire Club? Storm was like, I'm gonna freeze her over here, and I'm gonna shock you over here, and I'm gonna blow you up over here. She did everything, always time.
The heavy lifting.
This was her like reprieve. I think this was her like, let me just chill, like y'all do it. Y'all take care of it because I'm always doing everything.
Right.
Like
on Twitter, because he's like, hey, I gave her a lot of moments, but I had to adapt the story in 10 episodes at some point, and we kind of got to wrap it up and set it up for season 2. So,
right,
I don't know, rob her of this or demean her or some of the outlandish stuff y'all are pulling from this. I'm like, we was fine for 10 episodes. Now y'all want to be upset?
No, she did get the intro in episode 1.
Right.
When Scott set her up
from the
what
forecast,
could have come off as extremely corny when he said, "Give him the forecast."
Yeah.
Ninja. And then he turned the sand to glass and broke the glass and made a glass tornado.
It had to be a way for everyone to do it. I'm telling you, it was like a Final Fantasy summon. She just came in and just like, all right, game over.
That's why they had to nerf her.
I feel like that was a moment I knew it was serious too.
Yeah.
That was pretty intense.
Why they had to nerf her? Because they showed in episode 1 that she was that girl.
Yeah.
So if she's that girl, she could have just flown in any of these episodes, think about it, and put everybody to rights, and it would have been that, and we would have been like,
It would have been. She's always being compassionate.
It's just been one episode.
But see, that's what makes her. That's what makes her mother. Is her compassion? You know, you don't want to get on her bad side. She gonna give you some compassion until you keep it on. It's just like you know how you've been cutting up all day. You've been messing up. You done messed up in school. Blah blah blah. Then your mom drops the F-bomb. You know you done messed up.
I'm gonna let you. Okay, I agree with y'all mostly up until episode 9, where that motherfucker put his hands around her throat and squeezed.
Yeah,
I have a problem. I needed her to go way the fuck off a lot. I'm a curse a lot right now.
I do agree with you on that.
There's no way on this black ass earth that you gonna tell me she didn't try to light him up. after he did that shit? Are you and suck the air? You still need that to talk, my guy. You're going to pass out. I don't care. I will figure it out.
I was
There's
waiting
no
on
way.
it, but I think the warning shot on Beast was like, I can get you quick, or one of y'all quicker than you can get me, is what I took it as. Because even then I was like, this is that. I'm like, we're near water.
No. I'm talking about after she gets out. I would have been on his ass like white on a snowstorm. Ain't no way you putting your hands on me and I'm gonna let you go. But y'all, no, you gotta take it out, my guy. I'm sorry, your eyeball falling out your head. That's not enough for me.
Thunderstrike something.
Shit.
This is what she was looking for.
You get your fucking hands off.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
oh, God. Wow.
I agree with you, Kieran. It was that moment. I was just like, yo, wait, hey, because there are a lot of Storm fans, and one thing they like, you know, it's one of them things. It's just like we all remember when Angela got screwed at the Oscars. We all had that moment, and even then, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors was looking at her like, "You give the word, we'll tear this shit up."
Facts.
And the rest of the black community will help.
That was the first time Majors was not in Gucci and we're ready to go. No Gucci
like
this time.
You gave the look. Just say the word. Just say the word. You know, so it's one of those things. Like when you see Storm, and you seen her in that moment, you're just like, what we not gonna do is it's a moment. It's a moment.
Did she get? She didn't get that moment.
She didn't.
She did
not after, except for her return,
right?
And then she causes, I think it was 3 tornadoes when they were taking out the Sentinels.
Yeah, and the whole storm in the sky.
That's the part where I'm like, how much, when it came to the actual story itself in the comics, how much did she contribute? Because I feel like they had to pivot and they just maybe stumbled a little bit there. Because I'm just like, yeah, she's right there. Use her. We just want to let this fly off, not zap him in the ass one time.
Right.
From what I remember in Operation Zero,
just a bullet in the ass. That's all I want. Just one pop right in the ass. That's all I needed.
From what I remember in the comics, though, or what I read about, the X-Men were running. They were really running on their heels.
Yeah, because Bastion's
not prepared.
Yeah, this is a little different medium because in the comics, like Bastion was a threat. Like mate, like there's just like you don't when your enemy is striking from all sides and the shadows, and you're just like and you're just like not even given a chance to breathe. No matter how much training you had or anything, this is like, yo, this is a bit much. Like we're fighting this front, and then here goes 2 more fronts, and we weren't prepared for that.
Yeah,
you know, and we're calling all hands are on deck, and it's just like, what are we fighting? We don't know. We don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Right.
And this, even though it was 10 episodes, we still got some of that level of, we know this front, let's go in and attack it. But still at the same time, we don't know the level of how powerful this person is. We just know hit it head on and hit it hard.
Bastion's like, I'm prepared.
I appreciate the fact that when they went into the fight with the Prime Sentinels, they did not approach it like, wait, we can't hurt them. They're human. Nah, they went in guns blazing. And I'm glad they did not come up with that insult of going, wait, they're still, no. Charlie, Franklin, and Evelyn are gone. Beat that ass.
They really did.
More than I call it different past that.
Right.
What'd you say?
The best you can do is give them mercy. Mercy is in them. That's the whole thing was about. You can't reverse it.
I think when Cyclops looks around and he's like, okay, they're ready to go. This squad is ready to go. They're ready to pour it on, hands down, unstopped. One, I like the fact that in that moment prior to that, when Charles gets into Magneto's mind, there's a couple panels. I like how they transfer those panels over to the animation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it's an amazing transformation.
They did an
in that
amazing
part.
job of that too. Yeah.
So shout out to the Charles Conley, who was the director, and that entire team. From the voice acting, the animators, everybody, like they poured it on.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing, but it's something that we've always asked for as fans. Is like, you may not be able to give us play by play the books, but there's moments that you can really incorporate if you write this correctly, if you do it right here, such as like the whole thing with Bastion and his backstory. That comic version, it wouldn't have transferred well over in animation because
they added too much in the comic.
It's too much.
Right.
Yeah, it's way
not
too
a
much.
fan of like 30 minutes. That would have been a 2-parter.
You're right. It was too much to take in. So when you get it in this form, and then you have Magneto's up there, he getting ready to cut up, and then you got Bastion down here, he's cutting up. Like, we have two different battles. We're fighting two different enemies right now. We're trying to calm one dude down, just so he can shut the lights back on, so we can see what the heck we're doing. And the other one is just like, and we got to get a hold of this dude so we can at least stop half of what's happening and then shut him down completely. Wolverine is like, I need to shed someone's blood, and I need it to be done now. Even he said, he was like, Magneto is not the type of guy you're going to say pretty please to.
Right. He's not going to listen to reason, so let's try option B.
The fact that he used the same line that Magneto used to him in the original series.
Yeah, in season 1, when to go fight Master Mold the first time.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's seen a lot of battles. I'm like, yes, you have. Yeesh.
We ain't seen this.
Right. And when they did the adamantium move, and I'm like, it's Fatal Attractions. And they gave us so many, we just knew we were getting Onslaught.
Yeah.
Everybody just knew it.
We just knew it was going there. But I like the slight spin. It's okay. And
it may still come later.
Yeah.
I like the swerve. Yeah. I like the
because
swerve.
Magneto doesn't have his full. He's getting himself back.
Remember, something has to happen to Charles that unleashes his latent pain for humanity that merges with Magneto's mind.
And then that whole thing where when Charles is in Magneto's mind and he's talking and he's seeing all these images. This is what I'm talking about when I say they were everywhere. Everybody, their cameos galore. They were all over the place.
I was gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, this is Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Polaris. We're all on the boat.
Yeah, the mental load when he was
and they're also on the presumed dead wall in the last episode too. Colossus is there, Scarlet, Colossus, Polaris. Somebody else is up there. I can't.
Dust.
Yeah.
Dust. It's a lot of them, but they're not presumed dead. They are listed as off-world.
No, the kids are off-world.
Which that's the part where I was wondering why you came for the X-Men before your own 2 kids with limited time on the Earth, but wherever they could possibly be.
Lorna's kind of like the redhead stepchild, who has the most potential.
Lorna,
Polaris.
Yeah, Polaris. Yeah, Lorna.
I didn't know who that third person.
Trey's
was.
in the building.
Yeah. Trey, like.
Trey just been showing us all love. He's just like
wow, bro. What in the sir?
Good Jesus!
Right as we transition,
we appreciate it.
Thank you, senpai. Thank you.
So, but you do have a lot of the off-world thing. Is like, okay, where are y'all at? Like, there's a couple things going on.
He could have probably put him up to like, hey, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. Go take a vacation for a moment.
What? I have a question. I'm trying to remember House of M and how we got there. I don't remember how we got to even the opening of that. Chris, why are you biting your lip so hard?
just
I'm
read
reading.
that.
I'm just.
Oh,
reading.
okay.
Just
I'm like, what is, did I sneak onto something?
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
know.
no, no.
Always think about Trish
I mean,
Tilby.
I mean, the how House of them started was basically because, well, they Scarlet Witch, Darkhold, and Power sat there and finally came up with the final solution.
I got that around here somewhere.
I do too. It's in my,
No
it's in my-
shade. No shade.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where they're at.
Really, really will.
No, because
And then-
that's where when Rogue was whooping Bastion's ass. Because
I am so sick of him. I'm so sick of you, Will.
That was the blue area of the moon.
Yeah.
Right.
but it was empty.
Ish.
It was.
I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is go back and watch the scene. It's not as empty as you think it is.
Yeah. That's why I say empty-ish.
And
Okay, I'm gonna
then
have to go
Cable
watch
is
it again.
apparently a wall because
If you
You see the face. Let's put it that way.
yeah, there's a couple in that whole fight scene with Rogue. As I was like, I went back and saw it. I was like, aha, they did do it. So like again, the moon isn't as empty as you think it is.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's been occupied by two known entities.
Yeah.
One of them was watching over Genosha. We're not really watching over, just watching. And the other ones is the Inhumans. So it's been occupied. And and it's been and Nick Fury's been up there. And Bucky.
What's popping?
This was crazy. This was crazy. Oh my God.
So but yeah, was Rogue whooping his ass? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Will,
I was actually nervous for Nightcrawler.
Wait.
Really?
Why
down.
could they
Yeah,
all
when you
breathe
got
in
caught up.
space?
Huh?
Why could
What
they
you
all
said? Why
breathe
can they breathe in space? I wondered that. I'm
No,
like,
he
wait a
said
minute.
he basically said
that
they
made
were
no
bouncing.
sense.
He said they
Somebody
were
gave an
basically.
explanation online.
He said they were
Yeah.
like bouncing in and out of the stratosphere, but as far as Rogue,
No, they were on the moon, and the moon
Captain
doesn't get
Marvel's
that.
moveset.
Yeah, they were on the moon.
The moon doesn't
Captain
get
Marvel's moveset allows her to go into space.
yeah.
Oh,
And-
jeez.
Her body
But we've seen Rogue struggle to breathe without an atmosphere in the previous series. I remember when she was flying away from Pyro's fire in episode 8, season 1. The Senator Kelly.
I don't even think she can hold her breath that long.
Yeah. I don't know what she was doing out there.
I mean, look, you get your hands on the dude that killed both your men at one point. You can.
And your lung capacity isn't going to change.
Yeah.
And your lung
But
I'm trying to find.
doesn't it make sense that Roberto could at least exist in the vacuum of space?
Well, okay, wait. The very simple thing, the atmosphere was available to them. They were already descending out of space and in towards Earth.
Okay.
So when she got sucked out, they were, because there's wind whipping around them, so there's obviously air there.
Right.
There's a point where it gets really thin and then there's no air. But if you're entering Earth's atmosphere, you're getting all of that.
According to one of the 8,000 YouTube channels I watch sometimes.
Only 8,000? Wow, slacker.
Oh God,
They were,
Slacker.
they said that part, the blue side of the moon, has habitable air.
That's what I was looking for. I couldn't find the tweet, but I had it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why the Inhumans
So that part
are
that
there.
she was on, where she was smacking him around, is breathable for some reason.
I didn't realize that was the moon at
Because
first. I
of
thought they
reasons.
landed in Egypt to tease the ending.
And let's reiterate, she was slapping him around.
Oh, in all forms.
Everything.
Way, shape, form, and fashion, ladies and gentlemen.
She wasn't letting up.
Yeah,
but
they were in the upper
was I nervous?
stratosphere. They were in the upper stratosphere where there's still some oxygen, and then the blue moon part where there's also oxygen was the explanation given.
But I will say this: I really was nervous for Nightcrawler. I'm like, dude, you're not transporting fast enough. You just stop showing up behind him. Mix it up a little bit because he's gonna pick up on it.
If it was really serious, Bastion would have put his hand through him.
Right.
I was between him and Rogue. I thought it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's happened.
They
The
killed him.
multitude of Bamfing, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
So I enjoy seeing this type of stuff. Once again, we get more cameos in the midst of all this drama.
I only cared about one. I saw Puck. I was happy. I saw Alpha Flight. I was happy.
We got Alpha Flight.
don't even care. Fuck
y'all.
everything else. I saw Puck. I'm good.
Cloak and Dagger.
You said what, Jason?
Cloak and Dagger, yeah.
I think there were more than 25 in the whole series.
Oh yeah.
Those mutants on Genosha.
Saw Silver Samurai 3 times.
Genosha is
Daredevil
out by 100 by itself.
Daredevil, Spider-Man.
Like, you got Cap and Cap showed up more times, a couple times. You
Cap
know,
and
90s Iron Man. No speaking roles. They just looking at each other, and I'm like, why both of y'all there with Kelly? Like,
good. They were doing
you know
that in
what
Civil
we call
War.
them in the Caribbean? What less? Those two was what less.
Definitely.
And then when they were making the decisions to shoot the missiles, I guess Tony had to leave the room while grown folks was talking because he's not there. But then he comes back the following scene.
This reminds me of when Phoenix left the Earth. Remember when Phoenix left Earth, and it was like you got a cameo of like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He showed up twice in the original series.
It was. I think you got Strange, Thor, and one other person who could sense it. I'm blanking on who, but I was just like, we
Might
just
have been
throwing
the Watcher, and then Eternity.
Yeah, the Watu.
It was a Watu.
Yeah, Watu.
But I think this one is what got everybody
up
in arms.
That was in the Phoenix saga when they were saving people. It was Spider-Man, War Machine, fighting in New York when all the natural disasters were happening.
Right.
Was that the one with the Hellfire Club? Because they teased them in the opening credits as the Phoenix coming back, even though everyone except him is dead now.
Yeah, the Omicron crystal.
But they did confirm that yes, Peter did finally find Mary Jane.
He said the world's ending. I'm just going, girl, y'all got it.
Mary Jane.
Wait, is that Thompson behind them?
Yes, it is.
Yep. Sure.
Who is it?
Thompson. Flash Thompson.
Wow. The duffel bag was the giveaway. That athletic ass.
But it feels good that they're really acknowledging the rest of the universe. You know, Doctor Strange was the only one being useful. He was like, you know what? People need to be healed right now. I can go to a hospital and help them because whatever's happening is above me now.
You
realize we saw
the
Silver
sling thing open and then just a room with levitating candles.
Very much.
Yeah. Why can't you make some sort of light orb? Like a candle, an actual burning candle that you are spending energy to float. Why can't you just make something that make light? Like something not sitting right with me. With you in your hands.
Oh boy!
Then Daredevil
was at home. He was at home along with Cloak and Dagger.
Daredevil got the Vegeta treatment and just put through a wall, and then Cloak and Dagger showed up.
Right.
Daredevil was really fighting.
He was just like the lights is out. I had no idea.
Daredevil was fighting looters.
Once Daredevil went to a building and was holding the left arm, I was like, "Damn, Prince of All Saiyans."
Right. I was trying to figure out why we saw Silver Samurai 3 times.
Right?
Well, see, I know part of his power sets he can sense like electromagnetism, so he's going to see that.
I feel like they just wanted you to give us the Mount Fuji shot.
But yeah, Daredevil fighting Walmart shoppers, really?
Do you think they did that because the Daredevil show got announced? You think that's what
I think it's a nice nod.
It's a nice nod. Yeah.
We were supposed to get that back in the 90s. We were supposed to get a Daredevil series back in the 90s. They were on their way. We had a Daredevil series, or we had an X-Men, we had Spider-Man, we had Fantastic Four, we had She-Hulk, we had Iron Man
for a while.
Okay. Yeah. So they were on there. They were trying to build that universe then. Now they got an opportunity to kind of revisit that, and like they really could do that.
I mean, I watched all the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, like all the versions of the Avengers cartoons that came out after I've seen the whole Fantastic Four franchise from I think it was like the 2000s.
Yeah, the update, like updated one. They showed it. It was like on Nickelodeon or something.
Yeah,
they tried to get their hands on Deadpool, and they were just like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Why are you frowning?
There's actually a Deadpool animated test pilot out there that would have went really, really well.
I don't know why that didn't get picked up.
It was still rated R because it was going to be released like on VHS.
Have mercy.
I might still go back to finding. I would say cocaine was the only thing off limits.
Well, if you think they're not scrolling through these comics looking for other characters they can bring to life in animated form after this success, then
they'd be foolish.
Who was everybody that was with Omega Red? Because I was surprised to see him. Like, I was surprised that building was still standing.
Crimson Dynamo.
Yep.
It was Omega Red or Crimson Dynamo.
And I think it was
Dark Star. What's her name?
No,
Dark Star.
Dark Star.
Yeah, I was surprised to see them protecting anybody. I was expecting there to just be a pile of bodies once Omega Red broke up.
Yeah, but he was the mutants against everybody.
I'm saying, but you see, they jump in front of the scientists. I'm like, usually, you seem like the type of character that would use them as a living shield. I was surprised he was like in front of him. Like, I thought
think of Omega Red as the another form of the Winter Soldier. We got control.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like Omega Red is very much like nobody's gonna rule my land but me.
That could have been it as well. I feel like I'm like, we're on your home turf, so maybe I get it. Nobody spills blood if it's not mine.
Not me doing it. Yeah.
Yep. I forgot about the Silver Surfer. Yeah. So they had a nice little block, but I think they just didn't know how to push it.
The other
that was my thing when I was rewatching the show. Like, we had so many cameos that just didn't really pay out in other shows or didn't pay out. They connected them well, but like I know even the Hulk, there was licensing issues, and Morph was like the legal loophole around that.
Morph was legal loophole behind a lot.
Meanwhile, if you play it back in slow motion, you got to give it to T'Chaka and the damn Dora because they wasted no time.
Nope. They were just standing there like, come on, we waiting.
Like, if you watch it, it flashes through the glass and like eviscerates 3 of them, and then the door just like, say less, it's time.
All you just see them like, well, Bastion really didn't go to Wakanda. He just sat there and just stuck with mostly mutants, which I thought was
with that high ass collar.
Just not shaking at all. Just like, I know you ain't coming back.
The line that T'Chaka gives, and I actually had to screenshot it. He gives a line to the basically the president and everybody else, but he says, vote yes, and you best pray our children read their textbooks more than their Bibles, for only history could be conned into forgiving us.
Damn.
Right.
And I'm like, dude,
bars. Right.
Here we go with the parallel again.
It's about to go sideways, ladies and gentlemen.
I know how I like to do history, but if you press that, just know I don't co-sign this shit.
Right.
And like he was telling him, he was like, you don't want to do that. You don't. I'm telling you. But you don't want to listen to the black man.
Tony, you need to get out. We're gonna use your missiles, but you can't be here for this conversation.
Right. So this is something that bugged me. They had the Magneto protocols, and their solution was, let's nuke it and blow it up, and that way it'll stop it from falling. No, that made it worse.
And
that's typical. But that's typical of the type of decisions that politicians are going to make. Let's just throw nukes at it. That'll take care of it. You're an idiot.
All that tells me is that the Magneto protocols did not include scientists, because I'm pretty sure one physicist would have been like, wait, we're firing missiles at a stationary orbiting device that could fall from orbit and kill us.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a bunch of men that have absolutely no expertise in a particular lifestyle or living or entity, because they've never been that thing, like a scientist in general or a doctor, who knows, whatever you want to say. Just
napkins.
Ultron probably
watched a video that talked about.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say, Jason?
I said I watched a video that talked about the realism of like disaster movies. And it's like, we don't have enough nuclear power on Earth to blow up an asteroid if it was going to hit the Earth. We don't have enough here on the planet. So that whole thing was impossible. I mean,
it's like the weatherman. It's like a 25% chance of rain. You're thinking it may not rain that much, and then you get torrential downpours.
Yeah.
If they can't figure out the weather, They damn sure can't figure out the asteroid.
That's true. It's still
0% chance that it's going to rain, fool. Just tell us it's going to rain.
I mean, I said it in our group chat. Cleveland had 4 seasons in 1 week, and then we had major floods in certain areas that never gets floods. And then we had a tornado touchdown that never has touched down here in almost 50, 60 years.
Damn.
And then we seen a full solar eclipse, and then we seen the northern lights just last week. Yeah.
So whoever has the dark hole in your state needs to close it.
I'm ready. I'm just saying, there's a hellmouth here.
It's like somebody is playing Harry Potter in your city. That's all I'm saying.
The TV shows The Fast and Onslaught is here right now, just messing with everything.
So
just let my mutant power manifest first, okay? Just let me have that.
So there's a scene which, and I like this theory. Wolverine is basically in med bay, and Morph is by his side, and he says, "If you do it for her." And he says Jean, and he can't respond. And Morph says she can't say it, but I can. And he morphs into Jean, and he says, "I love you, Logan." And I like the theory of, even though for Wolverine that's his best friend, but for Morph it's more than that. And it's probably his best way of like, this is a way for Logan to hear the voice of a woman he loves, but it's a way for Morph to kind of get his emotion off.
I agree with that.
I was annoyed by
that.
All right. If you fellas, your best friend is half-ass dead on a fucking table. You have the ability to just sound like the person that he loves the most in this potential world. Are you actually going to sound like this bitch because you his best friend? Or is there something a little bit deeper than that? I'm just asking.
That's what he's saying. No, I think that's what he's saying. My issue with it was that it was very passive and weird.
Yeah.
So that's what Bo said. He's like, yes, he was confessing, but he's also a guy confessing these feelings living in 1997.
Right.
But the 2 reactions I did see was, okay, he's saying it on behalf of Jean or professing his feelings in secret. And the other reaction I saw was, you're transforming into your best friend's crush to gaslight him out of a coma. Morph, you messy bitch.
I'm just saying that was kind of cringy.
I don't think Morph is being. This is not Morph being messy, because originally in the original series, when Morph he took the shot and Wolverine was pissed about it, and when Cyclops made that call,
I remember, but I'm saying how Morph has been messing with everybody all season, transforming into Charles.
But look who he doesn't mess with, because he's the one that was just like, I fought for you, I had your back, and these bastards wanted to leave. Like, he punched Cyclops. He walks off the Blackbird, punches Cyclops dead in the gut. He said, "You bastard, we left them behind."
But yeah, those were like the 2 reactions I saw from the community. It's like, Morph is just messy to the end, but I love it. Or, oh, Morph really loves Logan. And I'm just like, the parallel is hilarious.
I like the fact that he loves Logan. But in the same
Scott is okay. Scott is someone's like, don't you break her heart. I'm like, so he just ain't never letting this
Everybody
go.
knows.
I'm just saying, if that ain't the throuple that'll just survive the test of time, like, you guys there and tell your teammate who loves your wife, don't you let her down. You just don't, all the things you tell me. And then, like I said, morphing into Jean. No wonder Wolverine's messed up.
It's literally just like when he thought it was Jean that was going into labor. It was actually Madeline. But when he leaves Madeline, Jean, when he leaves her with Logan, he trusts her with him, or he trusts him with her, because he's like, if something happens, he's going to take care of it. He may hate my guts, but he ain't going to let her down. Even like, damn me. But he definitely not gonna let no harm come to her.
Somebody was like, it's like the Spider-Man meme of pointing at who loves who, but it's like a pentagon. You got Morph, who loves Logan, who loves Jean, who loves Scott, who loves Madeline. Navy.
Do we need to say anything
all I
else?
gotta say is
Do we need to say anything else? Wait, hold on. Wait.
No, whoever took that meme.
There we go.
Whoever took the picture of Logan looking at the picture, and
I was gonna say, Navy, you're not rubbing it in the bed like you do at night. Pause. No Diddy. All that stuff. You're just not rubbing the picture like that at night.
Wait a damn minute.
You said what you said. You said what you said.
Fire off,
Step away from my
No,
grade. My hero
Diddy.
clicks is now sullied, sir. You have sullied my hero clicks.
Y'all were waiting on Bama. I just beat him to the punch.
Whoever took the meme of Logan and in the picture frame they put a picture of his adamantium.
Oh, dirty work.
That's nasty.
And she's gone.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised they killed Madeline.
yeah. I was really waiting.
Wait, is she really dead? Because I know Magneto came back, and he just put that force field around him, right? So maybe she's kind of alive-ish somewhere.
One thing we've seen is anything is possible in this series.
This is true.
There are no definitives. There are no definitives.
She's the Goblin Queen, so it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Now she got blasted.
So the whole
Didn't she get
now the dynamic between yeah.
Yes.
And I think the dynamic between Charles and Eric, there are so many different ways to read it, and none of these ways are wrong.
Let the waters rise.
I
look in your
I
eyes.
need them to just have a real, authentic gay relationship just one fucking time. No, maybe they are. Like,
Right.
and I'm really pissed. I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset at the fact that they have turned Roberto into, for what seems for now, a straight teenage boy.
Mhm.
I need them to really touch
Lean into
more
it.
on the at least give the ambiguity of his character. Yes, he's young. Maybe he's still trying to figure out if he really is. He's already got this mutant thing that's on his mind or in his spirit that he's trying to flesh out. But now he's searching his feelings for either another member on the team or somebody else that's coming in out of his life. Like we need a fully fleshed out range of sexuality on the show, and y'all keep talking about but y'all keep talking about couples, thruples, and these love triangles and all that other stuff. Be genuine about these characters that are very, very popular in these books. I'm still talking about Storm a little bit too. I'm still a little bit mad, but
I think the one
season 1 was a very big testing ground. Season 2 will get a lot more fleshing out now that we know it's coming. But even that, I was just like, I've been making all the angry old divorcee jokes all season, and here we finally are. And on top of that, it's like, yes, you can see it as like a brotherly thing, but I can also tell who wrote this.
I think a lot of people are
Go ahead, Navy.
Well, what are you saying, Will?
I think a lot of people are failing to realize is that it's 1997. So as progressive as we want the show to be, it's still steeped in a particular time frame. From 92 to 97, there wasn't a lot of understanding of the LGBTQIA plus community. There wasn't a lot of understanding about feelings and understanding and expressing your emotions. There wasn't a lot of that because you had so many people who were like, no, this is wrong. This is against the Bible, blah, blah, blah. This is an abomination. So what they're doing, they're staying within that time frame. As much as we want to see that progression now, they're sticking within the time frame. It's not even 2000 yet.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, only because
I figured you would.
I love you. And because I was in high school in 1997 and about the age of Sunspot and Jubilee, I'm going to say that from that perspective, there were a lot more kids that were being very open about their sexuality during that time with their friends, especially with at school. Go ahead.
You got to think about where you were raised, though. You know what I'm saying? Because now we were the same. We were about the same age. I agree with you because New York, where we are, it's a lot different than other places.
Where
I came from.
I was in 7th grade. Yeah.
Where are the mutants in the X-Men?
Yes, they are in New York as well, upstate.
Westchester.
So, because upstate,
there you go.
Two different things. Okay, if you think outside of Long Island and even parts of Long Island, but if you think outside of Long Island of 5 boroughs, upstate is very red. Even now, you know what I mean?
Albany.
Like,
Let's talk about Albany.
But I think that both of what you and Navy are saying in this time period is actually accurate because it's really about where you are at.
Yeah.
I think the undertones are there on purpose to help build the frustration and then remind us, yes, we're in that time period, which Bo did state at one point last night when he was responding to people. So it's there, but it's also crazy to see like, hey, they're having this nice conversation and then you cut to real time. It's like, by the way, just blasting this man in the face and making him bending to his will. Also,
shut up, William.
No Diddy.
Yeah. Shut up, William.
And then finding out Magneto just one more Holocaust remembrance. Can't remember his own parents. Not due to Charles. Just it's been that long since he's ever seen them.
Dang, really, Will?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even gonna pay. I'm not even paying attention because Will been coming. Boy, he been out of pocket. Out of pocket.
1997.
Type it, Will. Type it.
I'm just saying, 1997. That was X-Men and New York Undercover at the same time. But no,
to answer your question, I was 2.
Oof.
No, but I mean it's a fair point. They've always if you really think about it, they've always teased the whole relationship thing between Charles and Xavier. But it's just literally, it's always been that, but it's always been just a battle of morals. It's like eventually one is trying to convince the other. They won't give up on each other. It is almost at the Bobby and Whitney of animation. I'm sorry. That was the first thing. I like the Bobby and Whitney of animation. They're toxic to each other, but won't give up on each other. But it's true. If you really think about it, Charles will never give up on Magneto. Magneto will never give up on Charles, even though they're both on opposite ends. It is a toxic friendship if you're really being honest about it.
It's just family, like brotherhood.
I mean, like, look, like he said, there's 2 words I've always wanted to say to you: shut up. Not shut the fuck up. Just just shut up.
I was like, how much are we gonna push this show? Come on.
You know, so
I don't see it.
With
it's not like Dumbledore and what's his name, Voldemort.
Like it's more with these two. One thing is for sure. 2 things is for certain.
Whole series.
They don't always agree, but they be damned if they're not gonna hurt each other and they're not gonna watch somebody else hurt them.
I mean, we saw Magneto defend Charles most times when, especially in the terrible Bryan Singer movie, where you saw Magneto just turn around and say that man has done more for mutants than you possibly could ever imagine. So don't you dare disrespect that man.
Yeah, it's just like we don't agree on things, but I don't hate this man.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So if all of our lovely audience would like to go to blurredseyeview.org, I wrote a piece earlier today touching on this whole Charles Eric relationship, and I'm just saying, like, I don't want to give all the nuance away, but they're gay. I don't care what Bo has to say. I don't care what the fandom has to say. In this show, their relationship, they're gay. And that's okay. That's fine. We can.
Well,
I no longer need any confirmation from anyone. Like,
I'm not mad.
I would say queer. I would say queer because he's definitely fucking a bird. So that is,
and he left her to come back to the Milky Way ghetto to see these kids. And meanwhile, he's inside Magneto. Talking about I leave you. His kids is getting killed, and he don't care.
That was the whole thing. I'm just like, I can tell, I can see the undertone.
Thank you, Kira. You did.
Thank you,
Jason.
To his point, though, that's what I'm saying. I can see we're in 1997. I can see the type of man who wrote this story, but was just like, gonna give a little influence. Not gonna go all the way there, but the conversation's gonna be fun after this pen hits this paper. Because hey, this is all we're having this nice discussion. By the way, I'm inside you. Pause. You see how fast lady's head just turned?
Crazy.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of pause. There's gonna be a lot of clips on this particular
it was just
episode.
a violent parallel of like they're having this nice convo, and then you just see they're just in searing pain. in the real
you
world.
hear?
Meanwhile, on Earth, the most disrespectful thing I've been waiting for someone to do, getting beat with your own arm is just a different level of disrespect. And why was it banned? For what?
Pause. That is a pause too. Yeah.
Pause moment. It's definitely
That was crazy.
This one was brought to you by Blur's
Come
Eye
on,
View.
Spartan. Do it, Spartan. Come on.
Like what was it?
I get with you, Jason.
I don't want to completely derail the conversation, but in Godzilla versus Kong, King Kong beats some other King Kongs with a smaller child King Kong. I feel like that's the most disrespectful thing I'm gonna see all year. Like it didn't quite.
I want to address. Where's the comment at? Okay, Half-Life is it? Half-Life Divided. He said X-Men works 100% better as an animation. Could you imagine doing this season of X-Men 97 as a live action?
Goodbye budget.
No, honestly,
no. No, it wouldn't be as good.
No.
Wouldn't make it.
There's only certain things that can be done in animation alone. There's just certain that's just it. You can't do a lot of things in live action. Animation gives you that freedom.
Can you do a live action? Yes, but can you do it to the level that this series has done it? Absolutely not. I don't think so.
I'd rather see a series of animated X-Men films and TV shows like they do with DCEU than any live action from X-Men. The powers are too expansive.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you.
Arrows over here.
Yeah, the writing might be on point, but
until somebody decides to fuck around with it.
Plus, there's just something about an animated show that if you try to change the live action, it loses a lot. It doesn't have that same feel to it.
Yeah, I agree, Tashi. I think animation it does. You can do more. You can obviously do more.
So with all the fighting that goes on up top and people passing away from projects taking too long or getting into some drama, voice actors are easier to replace.
Yeah.
So I think can be done. I totally agree.
Shout out to Ross Marquand doing all the fucking voices on that goddamn show. Jesus Christ.
That dude's impressive.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere. Yeah.
He is everywhere. If it's
So-
a Marvel property and they need to do a voice that can't get that actor who did the person live action, they call this dude.
Yeah.
So we get the team. Asteroid M vanishes. Magneto wakes up. He gets his balls about him. He's just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stop this." He stops
And
the
destroys
Asteroid M
another
from crashing.
destroys another Blackbird in the process.
Yeah, the Blackbirds always get destroyed.
Pause.
Bring it back, and then they're gone. The only one, let me see, Roberto, Jubilee, Forge are the only ones that we've seen all that's on Earth, and then Bishop, of course. And then we get this nice little screen.
Our Mandalore is dying back there.
Yeah, Kira's coughing awfully.
Get some waters.
I'm sorry.
Get some waters.
I feel like
Get some water.
Exodus is still alive.
Yeah, Exodus is still
Right.
alive. You got
Omega level mutant just was dancing.
He was on Genosha.
Shadowcat,
Dust.
Dust. Dust was actually, I think she was at. They showed her on the. I think that was her on the cover of the newspaper in the first episode when they had the mutant fashion show.
Yeah, she was. She was. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, and then you have Iceman, Havoc, Exodus, Shadowcat, Dust, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, who are considered off-world. You know, Lorna's probably off-world, but we already see the makings of the next squad.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, who was it?
Who the hell is Dust?
So
I didn't know
her
either.
namesake is just what it is. She can
What?
turn the clouds. Yeah, her
Isn't she
namesake.
Afghani?
Huh? Yeah.
Hold on, let's
Yes.
go get the book.
Like,
Something like that, yeah. Muslim general, Muslim. Ambiguous Muslim character. But I don't know her actual heritage if they talk about it in the comic.
but that's how she, you know, keeps herself covered. She turns to literal dust, like a cloud of dust, which is effective if you know how to use that.
Does she get
Dusty
dusted?
McDusterson? That's right.
Is it bad that I was the only thing that can beat dust is a vacuum?
Stop.
Jesus.
Bruh.
Swiffer.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear dust get created, I'm like, her greatest enemy is a Hoover vacuum. I'm just
Stop.
Her main adversary is a Swiffer.
Lord.
I mean, if Dyson and Kirby ever got together.
Stop.
So anyway, prior to all of that, we do get our goodbye with the Summers family. And
that actually
Scott just
made
tells
me
him like
sick.
everything really, you can't blame Scott for anything that actually happened with Cable. He just couldn't. He's like, I'm not making that decision. I'm not making that decision. He's like, I'm not going to be like my father. I'm not going to leave my kid.
Honestly, getting the explanation for the chip on Cable's shoulder was nice because he was always so standoffish in the original show, and finally getting his reasoning for it made a lot of sense. It was nice.
But they actually did have a kind of a closure moment. It's like, you know what? I don't really hate you that much, old man.
Yeah. We've had our bonding moment in battle, so now I know you about business.
He was basically envious or like jealous the whole time because all X-Men stories were supposed to have him in it.
But
I mean, ever since they had their Fast and Furious moment,
we are in. They show us 3000 BC, and Rogue, Magneto, Professor Beast. I feel like I'm missing someone.
Magneto.
Magneto, Charles, Beast, Rogue, Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
they're all in 3000 BC. And I was waiting for this moment.
Run into Lockjaw.
Will they meet a certain individual?
Ensabad Noor, who we better known as Apocalypse.
They kept showing the opening scene with Cable fighting Apocalypse, and I knew he was coming.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, y'all keep showing this. Y'all keep showing this. When is it going to happen? You know,
just like they kept showing the Phoenix.
Yeah.
It was weird that like they cut to the Hellfire Club for that. Whoever Emma was with them, like that was so random. We just need the bird. Like.
And then go ahead.
I think they showed a clip of season 2 potentially in that psychic link that what is it, Madeline had with the baby. I think they showed he just wants to do. You're stupid.
Your stepmom broke it.
Oh god. I think that clip of him drawing is Cable in the future drawing on that sheet because he's a little kid at that point, right?
Yeah. Where they now that's where they show Cyclops and Jean. They're like what 3500 AD, something like that.
Something like that. Or 39.
Something crazy.
We're in the 3 eras of Apocalypse,
and they show Clan Ascani. And for those who don't know, that woman who came up to her, who was Mother Ascani, is actually Rachel Summers.
Yep.
Which is Jean and Cyclops' daughter.
The blood thickens.
Yes. And in that era, they get called Slim and Red.
Yep.
So
is Nathan in that timeline?
He is.
That's not X-Men.
He's the little kid, isn't he?
He's
the little kid.
With the little bit of did he have white hair? No.
Yeah, it's like he had the little bit like sticking out the hat.
Yeah.
Does he become Nate Gray?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if we're getting that version, which that's the untapped potential. Like that's the one that doesn't have the virus. That's the one who is completely balls to the wall, like at a higher level than his own mother.
Excellent.
Yeah. He's got a robot arm right there, doesn't he?
You can't really see it.
No, that would
be for like a split second, but it doesn't look normal.
You're talking about a show where we're dealing with mutants in 2 different time zones or timelines. 3 different timelines.
Now, because
nothing's going to be normal.
No.
You think there are
That's
different
how-
timelines?
Yeah.
That's how-
Well,
I mean, like I said, we're in the 3 timelines of Apocalypse right
Is
now.
it
So
is it
past-
timelines or time periods?
timeline.
period?
Yeah,
Either
timelines.
one.
Periods.
Periods,
I feel like it's
timelines.
the
Periods
same.
on the
Timeline.
same line, or there are different branches or different.
Right. There. That's
no,
in-
it's the same. It
We're
will
on
be the same.
timeline, 3 different time periods.
Yeah.
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 There's no
Whoa,
branch.
whoa, whoa.
Nothing's branched off yet. They're all.
No,
it's
no,
just-
we're not that far along.
We
Okay.
got pre-present and post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Because
which
Age of
point,
Apocalypse was caused by the murder of Professor X, but like Days of Future Past was caused by the murder of Senator Kelly.
mhm,
Mhm.
Right.
But they're all possible futures.
right.
Right.
So I wonder which
That's
possible-
why when Bishop came back, he didn't have his mullet.
Holy Jesus! How the fuck are we supposed to get all this shit together? How is he gonna put all this shit together?
And he's awfully calm when he
He's
comes back. They're like, you're calm for somebody that lost a kid.
Right.
Right.
He's like,
Force
got a
is like,
fresh
"What
got a
happened
fresh
to you?"
haircut and everything.
This
Like,
little white baby, it's fine.
I didn't want to take it there, but that's what I was thinking. It's just one more white kid in the system. It's just,
I am not.
yeah, right.
No, somebody pick him up. He'll be all right.
I can be your mammy.
The power of the plot will be on his side.
Oh God!
Big news.
this is why Jason is
All
family.
of his armor.
He fits right in here.
But
So we do get
Present.
introduced to that, and then we actually get introduced to Apocalypse showing up on Genosha,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and he picks up a burnt playing card, and it's just like, we're gonna get
So much death.
Death
We're-
is
we're-
coming.
The horseman rides again.
yeah.
I thought Apocalypse was destroyed in time. Oh no, they tried to resurrect.
He was stuck, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Season 5,
he
they
was
tried to
resurrected
resurrect
in
him.
They tried to resurrect him with Caliban and all of them, right?
Yep.
When
Yeah.
they had the white man leading the clan of natives.
But he did come back.
Yeah.
The same guy that tried to 86 Magneto became his vessel.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, I forgot about
I
that.
forgot his
Season
name.
5, the Beast and Rogue adventure. and not
Cortez,
Rogue,
Fabian
Jubilee.
Cortez.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fabian Cortez became his vessel. That's right.
Yes, Fabian Cortez. That's the name.
It'll be an interesting period.
Don't you
This
love
is a
how it all
ride.
ties
This is
together
definitely a
one
ride.
way, and you want to see how they tie it in another way? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
This is definitely a
It'll be
ride.
fun. I can't wait for the next season.
Oh, yeah. To see the Four Horsemen and the fact that Gambit is basically going to be coming back as Death. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
wonder if Greg
With
Madeline
his power, Gambit as Death is
Oh?
is. If you thought Feral Wolverine was a problem, Gambit as a Horseman of Death.
It's something you don't expect.
That is
Right.
yeah.
I was
When you
gonna
say-
It's
hold on,
the
did we
most
see
least
what-
expecting thing.
When you
Did
say
we see
horseman
what
of death,
happened
he's
to
gonna be
Logan?
Apocalypse Horseman.
Yes.
He's under
Yeah.
the Apocalypse Horseman.
Oh, Jesus.
Did we
Yeah.
see where Logan ended
There's-
up? 'Cause I think some of the X-Men are unaccounted for right now.
Storm.
Yeah.
Right,
more.
like
Storm is
And
missing.
more.
Storm and
Archangel was on the
They were-
board. That's his
Yeah,
former
but-
angel, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, Arcangel was on the board too.
And Jubilee.
Yep.
Yes.
Archangel's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
Is Jubilee missing?
Yeah.
No,
Jubilee.
Yeah.
Jubilee's in the present.
No,
No,
Jubilee and
Jubilee is-
Roberto, they're back on Earth.
Oh,
They're not.
right,
back
okay.
in-
Yeah.
But on
They
the
gotta
board,
be
they were
second.
listed as AWOL.
Yeah.
Jubilee.
Yeah, you just don't know where they are right now.
and first
Yeah.
spot. Those three were listed as AWOL.
Yeah. but
Technically,
they're
they
they're
are
not-
missing. We just don't know where they are. So
Right.
Right.
Not missing as in presumed dead.
correct.
Yeah,
So-
all the ones who were on Asteroid M, I don't think we saw everybody because Wolverine was fighting for his life. Storm
Mhm.
is
Yeah, we don't know what Wolverine.
she's in Egypt. Next time we see
Allegedly.
Storm, she'll probably just be royalty. That's what I'm hoping for.
Mhm.
Unless they go
Allegedly,
into her assault position. Although
According to Bo, they're in the future. The ones we didn't see on screen in those last few shots are in the future with Jean and Cyclops.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, they don't know.
Okay.
where they are.
although shout out to Jubilee for giving us a Rasengan and getting away with it though.
Okay, but did you see how she curved it? She literally
Yeah, she
spun it and then hit his other wing when he dropped. And then the fact that I guess they got tired of the jokes about the fireworks because what she did to his face right after.
She did the most damage.
Yeah, she did more damage.
She was like, "Oh, I've heard that before. Like I haven't heard that before." She's like,
Yeah,
Right.
eat it."
Did he take Cable? Did he take Cable's arm and like mutate with the virus?
Yes,
that was in it?
that's
Yeah,
how
he basically used it to upgrade himself.
Right.
Okay.
That's how he got the wings.
Yeah.
I get what he did, but I was just like, why Cable's arm specifically for this?
Yeah, because Cable's arm is basically future tech, and Bastion can actually warp it to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he was able to do it.
He had a rough ass time on that beach. Had to fight his stepmom, made him cry, admit to 200 failed attempts to save Genosha, beat him with his own arm, and then just left.
When he said 200, he said 200. I'm like, damn.
God damn.
Just for the math, 4,621 seconds. Genosha suffered for an hour and 17 minutes.
Somewhere Doctor Strange is going, rookie.
This wasn't me. And
right.
This wasn't me. And it wasn't the kid this time either.
And then Rogue, when he got to Asteroid M, just hitting him with the Remembered special.
Right.
His name was.
There was definitely a lot of moments, especially when Jean comes back as Phoenix and is in full control, and Storm sees it, and the joy that she lets out. Is like, I knew you had it in you. I'm glad you're here. So it was like that sister moment again.
You can hear Black Girl Magic play in the background.
But then when Bastion transformed, I'm like, can you bring the bird back for like 5 more minutes? Like, you left at a very inconvenient time.
So
that was a weird way for a power up. It's like, I have the Phoenix and it's gone. Wait. Hold on a second.
Whenever Jean interacts with water, the Phoenix arrives.
Oh my god!
So Phoenix flew off, but they got some anime fans in that studio because the impact frames when Magneto gets hit with the blast in episode 9, when Cable attacks Jean in episode 9, when Cyclops does the blast at
that was that moment, Tasha. That was that moment. She said it was like when Thor said, "I knew it" when Cap picked up the hammer. That is that moment.
Basically,
that's the same exact moment.
But yeah, then when Cyclops let out the rage blast and tried to kill Bastion, and then when Rogue stuck his ass with that left hook, you watch the entire color palette change all 4 times.
I believe when Cable under Sinister's influence, I don't think he was completely under his influence.
It was still strong enough to trigger an anime cutscene. That's
right.
It was when he says, he was like, "That's my mom's the most powerful telekinetic I know. Tends to not skip a generation."
Yeah.
Can we?
I think he knew what he was doing.
So
like it wasn't.
Okay.
You're not my mom.
Can we get the petty award?
I used to fight my stepmom.
Can we get the petty award to Morph after Sinister
lost
everything?
Yeah,
he went straight to him. He said, "My face." I'm like, dude, you can't look in the water.
That was the thing. Demanding that he be shown by the person you used to enslave. I'm like, the audacity. Your mutant powers have been stripped away.
But you gotta love Morph for that. Morph couldn't wait for that. He's like, "Oh, you mean this face? Does this look familiar?"
I peed my pants when he did that. I laughed so loud.
We don't want to hear you say muted no more.
Oh my god! So overall, this series for me gets a 10.
This is 13 stars out of 10.
Yeah.
This is the reason why seasons 2 and 3 should might as well be confirmed.
Well, Marvel and Disney have already confirmed. Well, not confirmed, but they've already stated that they don't want to wait like a very long period of time. Because when most streaming services have these shows, we already know like it's like a big gap between seasons.
They did have that upfront conference today, so X-Men 97 was brought up there, and they all sat there and said we are highly behind. They were very careful not to mention Bo. They were like, we are highly behind the cast and production behind X-Men 97, and they have our
right now. Bo's not coming back. I'm a dead. Bo's not coming back.
Not saying how we know, but we're just.
Bo's not coming back. Sorry.
What did you do to make them niggas that mad?
What?
Again, what did he do to make them that mad to where
Look,
stuff.
Even if I knew, Bo's not coming back.
Didn't say it. That
That's
NDA
the-
stands hard.
Yes.
Actually, Chris, I had to go back and delete all my all my voice notes.
Yeah. I
And
just locked it in. I'm like, oh.
because I was like, ooh, wait a minute, because you can record these and like.
I'm like, I wouldn't reveal anything. It's just
No,
I'm just
but,
like, ooh, but
no, it's just look, great job, incredible. You will always have this, and you can use it and take it wherever you want.
Isn't that what I said? This is just what he's doing now is just a resume for the next job.
Yeah, look,
DC Animation about to be knocking on.
Man,
I heard
what was it that Shawnee said? Basketball Wives, thank you for your services. No, he really did. Honestly, he really did a great job. But yeah, that's all.
He left the mark, and it will work in his favor.
Yeah, this part too. The
yes.
So they received the Gotham TV Award for Breakthrough Drama Series, already winning an award.
He could
they are submitting I was going to say issue 5, episode 5 for the primetime Emmys. And I
really
I can see them pulling this one off.
Hey, look,
primetime Emmys, most watched original animated series of the year, and on all of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
He can go work anywhere now.
Yeah.
And gave it a 9. Even if you pay him, it's hard to get.
So I mean, there's a lot of hope for this show going forward, and I think they now know, like, yeah, we got something here, and it's like we've always said, you need someone who is passionate about the project and knows the source material and understands that not everything can get transferred over, but there are certain key moments that can.
Right.
And the fact that this was the only episode 10 was the only episode that was 40 minutes. Everybody else was 33 minutes. The fact that you got that much content in 33 minutes, which is we've always thought this is hard to do. That's a hard transfer, and you pulled it off. It says a lot.
Most shows were 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. 22. I was about to say that. So that was an improvement on that already. And then we didn't have any filler like the Christmas episode.
That was really funny though. Like, he was in the kitchen and he was like, bitch, you can't cook.
Right.
My whole thing was just the Morlocks getting mad at Storm. And I don't like how everybody flipped on Storm that episode. It's like, you left us to die. I'm like, they gave power right back to you 5 minutes after you lost it. I'm responsible for none of these children. And then
why you didn't know her?
And then Wolverine's like, I was a little rough on you. She's like, no, I should have been better. I'm like, you said give a blood transfusion. He said let the kid suffer. Like, who's at fault here? Why is Storm taking this from everybody in the holidays, no less? Flip a table.
Right. So I'm in agreement with this comment. They should hire you, Jason.
Man,
I'll do it,
bro. I'd be setting everything to watch that.
I mean, it's the inspiration for Lost Children Andromeda and 20. I mean, look, like Tashi said, if they hire you, the show would just get better. I believe in. She believes in.
I'm such a huge. Oh my god, I'm such a Hugh Jackson fan. That would be like, oh my gosh, dream.
But it just but once again, this show alone shows that it can be done. You can give us the quality is deserving of, and still give us a great show without jamming so much in. It can work,
and it's done by somebody who cares. That's the key. And Nicole said it before: is someone who cares about the show, how it's presented, who does it, and how the general public receives it. Because we've gotten so much garbage over the years, we're tired.
Yeah.
And the fans, caring about the fans and not the toxic fans, but like the fans
that came out the woodwork this week
too.
They tried. I put it like this. They actually tried.
I remember. I didn't forget before when that first trailer dropped.
They actually tried, and you couldn't cry woke. Didn't work.
Right.
Y'all
hear
use
me.
that?
But y'all were hooked every episode.
Yeah. So holding at a 9.5, 9.8 every episode.
What were the ratings?
No one has given this thing a thumbs down. It never dropped line below 9.5. Forbes has said this show is the best thing they put out.
Oh, sorry. I'm at viewership.
Oh, the viewership. I gotta
high.
find those numbers.
Let me
But it was really high. I had seen it once before.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at 98%.
Okay.
When was the last time you seen somebody do 98%?
Right. So
especially Rotten Tomatoes.
We are heading out of here. Jason,
dun, dun, dun.
This is always a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, 95 and a 98.
Very fun.
Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me occasionally, hopefully more in the future, at Lost Children of Andromeda on Instagram and Jason Michael Primrose on Instagram, LCOA 2052 on X, formerly Twitter, and Lost Children of Andromeda on TikTok.
It's always a pleasure having you around, Jason.
Always.
Go get that book, 2050Z, Lost Children of Andromeda. Check them out. I think we all got a copy.
I don't got one. Don't call me out like that.
Get one.
Well, you called yourself out.
Oh, and I'll be at BlurredCon.
Yeah.
Get mine then. Good.
We will be seeing you. We will be there. So, man, dude, when Jason hit me up, like, what? It was almost a month.
It was like 3 weeks ago. I was like,
yeah, it's just like I want to be on, and I said I'm blocking the date. Say less. Just say less.
StreamYard, you tried to shut us down.
They tried. They really tried. They didn't want us on here.
They're like, they're not gonna get it from me. I will find a way.
The 30 plus of y'all watching and the 20 likes. Thank you. That was like a record high for this.
Actually, I think it got up to 40 at one point. So yeah, for those who's out there watching, I appreciate you. Lady Mandalore.
Hi. Yeah, go. Okay, so first, I'm sorry, I'm gonna plug you, Jason. The imagery constructed just in the first 5 pages of this lovely, well-written, thick-ass book is great. You should go pick it up. It's for sale, like places and everywhere. Go to his website, get it directly from him. Buy Black owned. Physical media for the win. So you can find me on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube for my Room Full of Blurs. I am currently holding a comic book reading club. We are going to be in the last chapter of The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this weekend. We have some lovely guests that will be joining us here. It will be Whoopty Freaking Doo, oh my god, Navy Montel, and also 2 friends of mine. Emmy-nominated Trey Lawson. You can see him in the comment section. Yes. And my other lovely friend, Mr. Chad Singleton. He will be doing voices of that last issue. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, I do voices on like TikTok and stuff, and then like other places that I do things too. Okay, I'm shy.
She's shy.
Lies and slander.
That's some bullshit.
As usual, surprise. You can find me on Instagram at Whoopty Freaking Do and on TikTok when I'm supposed to be at work. Also, you can find me on Fresh Press by Z if you're looking for nerdy nails. Oh, can't see that. There we go.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Get it while you can.
Let's go, John.
I love this. Navy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is I, the nappy white beard, the frosty bearded bloated corn yourself that everyone loves and somewhat tolerates. You can find me over here under every name possible. I just put out another video talking about one line that Magneto said. You don't have to love me, but it's a shared world. You just have to just respect my space. And I did that over TikTok and IG. So go ahead and show that some love. I do voices as well. I'm not as famous as some of these jokers over here, but you know, I'm trying to get up there. YouTube, definitely come check me out. I will just continue to do what I always do, and I will tell you this: do not let anybody stop your flow, no matter what it is. Even if they say they're there to help you, show me, don't tell me. If you're not going to support me, then guess what? I want you out of my way because now you're going to stop my flow.
Dude, Tashi said she didn't know about the nails, Nicole.
Yes,
you got another customer.
Another customer, Whoopi.
Yes.
Hit up Tashi. Oh man. All right. Tafari, you are up next.
I was going to wait for the name to change. There we go. Hi, you can find me under this name on all platforms. I post on Mondays to make them suck a little bit less than they normally do. I also do the editing for this channel. So if you missed out on tonight's show and you want to talk about it with your friends, come back tomorrow night. Hit the bell. I don't know what time YouTube changes on us like every week, but I will do a replay for y'all tomorrow. So you can live chat with us if you missed it. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a friend of the show, Mr. Oswald Wallace III, a.k.a. Ozzy Oz the Virus. If you are in need of some current X-Men art based after this show is over, or apparel to wear to Deadpool and Wolverine, which comes out DreamCon weekend, I would place your orders now because some things are not going to be on shelves very long. Bo has seen and reshared it. I'm blanking on the Madam Who Plays Storm. I'm so sorry.
Allison Smith.
Miss Allison, yes, has also seen and reposted it. So he's got the seal of approval of both people, and he's got a Deadpool piece out. So I would definitely check those out while you still can. Please continue, like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for the donations. Again,
paging Mr. Lively. Mr. Lively, come to the front stage, please. Thank you.
Yeah, answer your emails, you jerk. Probably not taking this money away. Me and Whoopty will be at MomoCon in a few weeks. Also, you can find everyone's channels here on the home tab of the Blur's Eyeview page.
Woo! Yeah.
Mayhem, the cinematic assassin.
Menace.
Menace to all.
Damn it, Will.
It's me, the cinematic assassin. You can find me at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media. I am the editor-in-chief at blursedeyeview.org. So please go over and check that out. We talk movies and comics and TV shows and wrestling. And if you are interested in hearing more of my insane theories and commentary on movies and TVs and comic shows and collectibles, go ahead and give me a follow on IG or TikTok while it still exists, or YouTube. And outside of that, I'm a super duper big advocate for mental health. So please always take 3 things. 1, your meds. 2, your PTO. And 3, a deep breath before you let that shit go.
I think he's
Bravo.
Bravo, sir. Sweet.
Wait,
all right.
You didn't get Spartan to shake his head?
No, he actually went straight forward this time. I mean, he let all his fire out during the entire show.
Yeah, he got it out of
his
system
happening.
over the last
He got out of his system this entire show. He actually didn't.
Solar eclipses and northern lights and Spartan not caught off guard. What the fuck?
I did say Spartan was too big to be dancing at one time, but he didn't see it.
Oh damn!
Hey, what are y'all doing back there?
I'm gonna forever be dancing.
Spartan is supposed to be embarrassed
anyway.
right now. Y'all letting me down.
Black_Spartan 615 is where you can find me on the interwebs, guys. I do reviews on everything, including gym stuff. Why? Because I like to work out and encourage other people to work out, because health is wealth. I cannot stress that enough.
As if he's trying his best to get through his monologue.
I do have a couple of shows of my own. Of course, my news podcast, How the Fact We Got Here, every Wednesday at 7. Gibbet podcast this Friday, as we will cover Assassin's Creed Shadows. Finally, we get Yusuke as a black protagonist in Assassin's Creed in an actual full-length game, not DLC. I'm loving that. Also going to be covering what we might see 2 weeks from now at Summer Games Fest and at the Microsoft Showcase, hoping for Gear 6. But definitely catch us there where a podcast can be seen or heard. Also, check out the blursedeyeview.website that Mr. Mayhem is a part of and runs very gratefully. As I usually cover the flow there for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. And right now is the best time to watch wrestling because most of the people wearing gold look like us. So if this is not a time to jump into wrestling right now, I'd highly recommend it. Aside from that, usually Reverend Navy takes over and gives the sermon that we all need and love to hear on the Midnight Mass. So I'll keep mine short and sweet. Like, share, and support costs nothing. And I do mean nothing to do and literally takes a second to do. Again, we can unify and support each other and actually build up these bridges to where basically We all can eat at the same table. There's enough food to go around. At the same time, guys, I do have a couple of rules for myself that I have for everybody else. Number one, especially with cosplayers and cons are coming out there. Respect the cosplayers at all times. Cosplay is for everybody, regardless of your shape, size, or skin tone. The only thing that you shouldn't be doing is blackface. Everything else is cool. Just don't do blackface. That's all we ask.
Aubrey.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying. You lied about your kids. You lied about your accent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not lying.
But number two, again, summer is coming up, guys. Please wash your ass. I cannot tell you how many times I run into at least one musty person a day. Do you not like water? Do you not like soap? Do you not like toothpaste? Mouthwash. All these things are essential and healthy. At the same time, you're going to be in close proximity with everybody. Please wash your ass. That's all we ask. And the number three is the same rule that I have for myself as well as everybody else, because again, in a world that is cold and cruel, simply put, be nice, be kind, share and discuss fandoms without basically being a toxic gatekeeper. And above all else, don't be a dick and we'll all be cool.
Right on. Chris Fury, the man on the wall. Guess what? I'm doing voices along with my lovely co-host and second in command and my partner in crime on the pirate ship, Lady Mandalore. My Zoro to my Luffy. You can also catch maybe my tail doing voices as well. So doing voices, you can show your support. Let's put it this way. Hollywood has given up $30 billion a year by not showing BIPOC content. That's content that's dedicated to that shows us, that represents us, that shows us. So I implore you, go to Blurred Station, sign up for Blurred Station. That is the next upcoming streaming service that you can pay $10.99 for 36 months, and you get to own a piece of the pie after that 36 months. And you get to see content that's new, fresh, original, and by us, that looks like us, that represents us. Can't move, can't lose. Sign up for the Affinity program. Go under Blurred's Eyeview, and you can pick any part of the crew, any of us, to help us out as well. But get paid to be entertained. So it was $10 billion back in 2021. Now it's $30 billion.
Yeah, which one of y'all dropped Dark Lights?
Despite their nose and on their faces, they will give up money just to see themselves.
They would rather see humanity die.
That's
RDC Park, bring Dark Lights over to Blurred Station. It's over.
So bring it over here. RDC, we know about you. Bring it on over here. You know, what's good? Bring it on over here, my guy. I want to see that vigilante. But I want to thank Jason Michael Primrose for stopping by. I'm going to let him get some sleep because he's in another country.
Sorry.
Oh, Sam, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
We talked beforehand. I said it might run over, and, you know, and here it was. StreamYard wanted to be monkey, and it did. So, but thank you for stopping by, Jason. This door is always open for you, my guy. Your family. You're not a guest. You're a family. I don't have any ribs for you. The rib money went to trying to get this thing back up and running, but this door is always open. I want to thank my crew. We always have a blast when we do this. We always show and prove what everybody likes to see and talk about. I want to thank all the people that's in the comment section that was on IG, that's on YouTube, that's on Twitch, the 9. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Shout out to one of our biggest supporters, Trey Mosley, who will be on the show next Tuesday. Speaking of next Tuesday, you can catch us live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and IG. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Leave a review. Leave a 5-star review. It'd be nice. Hit like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell you see whenever we go live. Also, you can check us out on Always Press Record through your Roku device or Amazon Fire devices. That is a mouthful. No diddy, no pause, and all that other great stuff. But Magneto was right. Congratulations to Bo DeMaio and Chase Conley on this amazing season of X-Men 97 and the rest of the team and crew and cast. You did a fantastic, flawless job. You brought it home. You stuck the landing. You shut up the haters and the naysayers. Thank you. Thank you.
And kicked him in the ding ding.
But this has been an amazing episode. I love watching the show. I'm going to watch it again now in its entirety, and just relive everything. We're gonna put something out there. Hire Jason Michael Primrose to finish off your seasons.
Please. Please.
Like to see us in that room making a difference.
I mean, I gotta work on that writer's room now.
You can do it. Until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury. This is the crew. You know where to find us. You know what to do. Have fun. We'll see you next Tuesday.